Let's see. Gotta check everything is working. Let's make sure. Hello, hello. Hello, yes, it looks like I'm in. I'm so excited. Hello, hello to everyone who's gonna be showing up in the next few minutes. I'll give everyone a little bit of time. Let's go ahead and start setting this up. Day 24. We're so close. So close to being done. That's crazy. Hold on. And there we go. Hello, Dreamy Allure. It's so good to see you. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I actually, today was like one of the first days, knock on wood, but I didn't have many tech issues setting everything up. It worked really well. Oh my goodness, let me give that update in the Discord that, it started. We're all set to go. And there's like a lot of fun things I want to do today. I'm excited. How's your day going so far? It's Discord. Stream is up. There we go. Wow, you're surprised? Have some confidence in me. Come on. I've been doing this for 24 days now. 24 whole days. I'm basically an expert. I'm so close to being an expert. Let me go text Roots that the stream is starting. I don't know if they're gaming or not, or if they'll be mod today. Stream is up. Check when you can. Hopefully there's I know there's a background fan happening. We have a what's it called? A Glowforge going on in the background. I'm hoping you guys can't hear it, that it's not too bad. Hello Noxley, it's so good to see you. Slept from 6 p.m. until 2 a.m. and now you're here at 4 a.m. sitting in the living room, working on your book, watching SpongeBob SquarePants on the TV for background noise. I could never. If I had to listen, if I had to be one of you guys listening to me and listening to SpongeBob and trying to think about what I'm writing and doing stuff, I could never. So good on you for being able to like hear all that different stuff. Because like you're hearing me, you're hearing my background music, you're hearing SpongeBob. You're also trying to hear your own thoughts in your head. I could never. Never, never, never. I feel, for when I do want to have background movies, though, it's like really big comfort ones. This shows how basic goth trash I am. I love having the, old live-action movies of, not the black and white ones, but like, you know, the still in color ones of, oh my god, the Addams Family. And then the second one, which is Addams Family Values. I love having those on as background movies. I know them so well. I don't need to fully pay attention to them. I can just enjoy them. And then also there's an animated movie called it's like a little childish one, but it's still really good. A Monster in Paris with the flea. I love having that one in the background too. Oh my goodness, 5 stream streak. Thank you. I'm always so amazed. Like I know I see you guys often in the chat. Like you guys are like a lot of reoccurring chatters, which is so great. But I think I'm still amazed to actually see it in like a number like that. Like yeah, you guys have seen me continuously for days in a row. Oh my goodness. We'll see. You guys might be able to beat Roots. If Roots doesn't show up today, then you guys might be able to be better raccoons than Roots, who's my own mod. But I don't need them anymore. Last night on stream, towards the end, they showed me how to do the mod thing, where you like click on the name in order to like get rid of comments or ban people. So now I have the power. I don't even need Roots anymore. I'd still prefer to have them in here doing it, but you did literally nothing today, and now you're feebly attempting to write words. Oh my god, I always feel like really down. Like I feel really harsh on myself when I don't get a lot accomplished. It's currently on a 7 stream streak. Oh my goodness. You've been putting up with my bullshit for a whole week. Oh my goodness. In high school, that's this is a bad joke. That's longer than I dated some people. There was one relationship didn't even last 2 days. I was like, nope, we are not compatible. Get out of here. And another one was like less than a week, and I was like, nope, nope, we're not a fit. So yeah, your stream streak is longer than some of my relationships in high school were. Gina, uh-oh, what's uh-oh? Oh, is it about me replacing Roots? You're on 8? Oh my goodness, congrats! Is it correct to say congrats when you guys are just watching me? Is that like narcissistic? I don't want to say in a narcissistic way, but like in like a thank you way. I don't know what I'm saying. What? Yeah, when last night on stream, the my raccoon showed me, because there was a bot. I forget if you just weren't there, if you were asleep or what. But they showed me, I had to click on the name and how to delete and ban people. They showed me. There's even like a long time lurker who hadn't written in a chat before, but they'd still been listening in. And they actually went on chat as a first-time chatter after listening to me for days, just to show me how to ban something. And I'm like, it was really funny. So yeah, technically, if you hadn't shown up, I don't need you. I can be an independent cryptid. Your messages are taking 37 seconds to go through. Oh, do you just have lag? I'm sorry. That must be really annoying. But even if you write about something that happened like a second or a minute ago, like, I hope you know I still read it. I still try to keep everyone in the loop. Okay, good luck. Wait, no. I was just talking big. I was just talking smack. Please don't leave me. I don't want to be in charge of it. What if somebody asks me for a Discord link? I don't want to do it. Roots, we need you. See, Noxley gets it. I was just talking smack. Come on. I'm funny. Oh yeah, but Roots, can you hear the little fan of the Glowforge in the background, or like does the music and my voice kind of cover it up? Because it still has like 15 minutes or so left, so we don't want to stop it. But I was worried that it would be a hassle if people could hear it in the background humming away. But hopefully it's not too bad. Maybe I reached a 10 stream streak. Oh my goodness! Thank you, Roots. You think it's good? Good. Thank you, Roots, for being such, you know, for one, you know, in chat, in universe, being such a wonderful raccoon, but also like in real life being a really nice younger sibling and helping me do all this and helping me figure it out. Really, it's true. Whenever you guys in chat help me with some things, but Roots helps me with like a bajillion other things you guys don't even know. That's one of the things when you have an older sibling that's not used to like the technology or like the streaming service, or streaming at all. You know, it's really good just to have that other one that's like, please, I can't take this mental load. You have to have the mental load to handle this. So it's really wonderful. I don't think I would have been able to do this without them, genuinely. I don't think I would have had the motivation. It would have been so scary. But, did everyone... I mentioned in Discord earlier, yeah, I was able to unearth one of my college writing assignments. Stream Cryptid Mom is on! It's a cozy night now! Yay! Hi, Author Relic! It's good to see you! Oh my goodness. I saw one of the memes you posted in Discord earlier, too. About, like, me needing the Cryptid stream, and I was like, oh, I gotta get going. I was finishing up my soup, and I saw that, and I'm like, I gotta get going. They're waiting for me. I think it's really throwing off my schedule, though, just because, I'm staying up so late for stream, so then I take naps now right before stream starts. And I keep every single time, I'm like, oh, a nap's gonna feel so refreshing. It's gonna feel so nice to have a nap, and then I'll wake up, and then I'll write, and it'll be perfect. What a dream life. And instead, I always wake up for the nap, and I'm like, why do I feel more tired? Oh my goodness. I think we were saying that earlier for Noxley, right? Sometimes it's, you try to relax, you try to take care of yourself, you try to nap for a bit, you try to have a more relaxed day, and instead you just feel like You feel like shit afterwards. You're like, what? No, I'm doing the self-care. I'm resting my body. Please. What's going on? But yeah, I didn't edit anything. I did a quick read through one of those old writing assignments that I had in college. And do you know what's crazy? It literally, I am not exaggerating, I had to get bigger to show my point here. Hold on. It literally has an entirely different ending than what I remember. I remembered the story one way. I'm like, oh yeah, it was the Degas paintings. It's the mom who's scared to like kiss the kids. It happens this. They meet with the scientist at the edge of the dome. And then in my head, I'm like, yeah. And then it was like a Twilight Zone ending. And the outside gets the nuclear radiation and the scientists die. That was in my head. I'm like, yeah, that's what happened. And I pulled up the document. And it's been years. It's been years and years and years. And I pulled it up and I quickly read through it. And I'm like, that ending does not exist. It's a completely different ending. I'm like, how can I... It was my own story. It's my own writing. How could I have misremembered an entirely different ending in my head? I wish now I had shown it to more people. Because I'm almost like it's the, what is it called? When like parts of society or parts of the world remember an event happening one way, but it actually happened a different way. Like the Berenstain Bears and the Berenstain Bears. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? And it's named after the one person who they thought died in one way, but he actually didn't die that way. He didn't die in prison. He died a different way. I'm like, it's on the tip of my tongue. I swear to God, I'm not crazy. So you haven't taken a nap in weeks, despite you staying up late. I used to take so many naps. Author is on a 7-stream streak. You had the power. Yeah, you've been putting up with me for a whole week. Just like Roots. You're so tempted to rearrange the furniture in your room. Do it. No, only do it after you watch the Feng Shui guy on like TikTok or YouTube. Cliff the Feng Shui guy. Oh my God. It's life-changing once you understand Feng Shui. Literally changed how well I sleep at night every single day by putting my bed in like a better, what is it, the power position or whatever it's called. When I figured that out by watching his videos, and I paid attention to like the door and the flow and the energy and where the windows are, and I had to rearrange my bed, and it's literally I actually sleep better now physically. I actually physically get more sleep, more restful sleep from that. That's insane. So like rearrange your furniture, but also I highly recommend looking up Cliff, the Feng Shui guy, so you understand how to rearrange your furniture. Because apparently I didn't know shit about rearranging furniture until that. But does everyone know what I'm talking about with the thing? With the mandala effect. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. Let's go here. Feel like okay, is it showing on the screen? Yeah. Let me get out of the way because now I'm in the middle of the screen. You guys don't want all that. That was my soap opera box. But literally, I was reading it and then the ending came and it's a completely different ending than what I remember writing for my story. And I like remember specific scenes. I remember specific paragraphs that I wrote for the ending I thought it was. And I'm reading it now and it's like the turned in thing too, where like I emailed it to myself as an official document and I sent it in for the assignment. It's just a completely different ending. And I'm like, man, I wish I had like shown this work just to see if anyone else would have remembered a different ending like I did. But it's my own work and I'm the only one who probably remembers it. So there's no way to verify. This could have been a real life Mandela effect. Isn't that crazy? Have you guys ever experienced shit like that where you just apparently make up a completely false memory about something that happened recently in your own life? It's not even something universal like the Berenstain Bears or whatever. It's something only you would know, and now you can't verify it. It's so stupid. Oh no. But yeah, that's what I realized before I had my nap before stream. So if anyone, I don't know if any of you guys are even aware of Mandela effect. Is that just me being weird? Let me get out of the way of the word count goal. No, but you get the feeling of deja vu a lot, like a whole lot. There's like an opposite version of deja vu as well. I forget it right now. But it's, like deja vu is the feeling of you've experienced something before. And there's an opposite one where it's, what is it? Got the rude reminder today, you have no clue how to write spicy scenes. Jimmy Lord, aren't you writing a spicy book? I'm sorry, Jimmy Lord, back up. You're right, you're publishing a spicy book. You're publishing a spicy adult book. What do you mean you had the reminder that you have no clue how to write spicy scenes? You don't even have any experience screwing? Hey, plenty of, like, if you're... I mean, I know you're working in books, but saying as someone who reads a lot of fanfics, too. I'm just saying, some of the spiciest, kinkiest shit you'll read on fanfiction.net or on Archive of Our Own or something like that, will be like... some of the authors like, oh, I'm actually asexual and I've never had sex. But anyway, here's this random Kinktoberfest piece. It's so crazy. Not having a new Roots, you're banned. I'm gonna ban you, not having a new experience. It's an actual thing. There's an opposite version of deja vu. No, I never experienced anything like that. Oh my god. Hold on. Getting my mouse on the right screen. Opposite of deja vu. Jamais vu. Yes, jamais vu. No. Okay, yeah, it's something that should be common, something that should be every day that is familiar to you, and now it looks wrong. And you've seen it every day of your life. It's a normal part of your existence, but now it's wrong. Now it's not correct. So the feeling that a familiar word is misspelled, your childhood home suddenly looks like a strange place, right? It's not. You're like, no, that's not my house. What do you mean? And everyone's looking at you like, no, that's your house. And you're like, no, it's not. It's not like there is a particular mental thing of like if everyone's face looks unrecognizable, but it's like one random face looks unrecognizable, then it's this. Something you know should be familiar, feels new. It's like the opposite. Hello, and welcome to the Cryptid cult! You've been waiting all week so you could do that? Wait, just subscribed with Prime. Oh, thank you. I thought you just... I can't read anything. I don't have my glasses on for face tracking. Thank you. That means so much. Thank you. me thank you just for following. You actually subscribed. I'll be a real streamer one day, guys. But thank you, Devin. That's like a really cool thing. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate you guys. You guys are all such wonderful raccoons. What is this? There's like a little pop-up now. You are 25% of the way to completing your goal. A sub-goal? Oh, I have a sub-goal, I guess. Oh. Too fancy. I don't know this shit. But yeah, I was actually really proud. I don't want to like talk specific finances, but like when we started, people were very realistic. You know, I was looking things up, and like you don't really make much money. You shouldn't expect to make any money. Like the first year, even after being affiliated, you might only just get a couple of cents. Do you get the moth emote if you sub the Mothman one that taps? Because you want the moth emote? Yeah, it's because it's an animated one. You only get animated slots. I can only give you an animated slot if you do the sub. But Roots, do you want to show the animated moth? Yeah, that one should be if you do a sub, you get to use the little animated Mothman. If I had a non-animated Mothman, I would have let you guys have that one for free, but I didn't have it yet. What was I gonna say? Oh, we actually, so like, I was like, oh, maybe if we like keep doing this for a while, we'll reach like a little bit of money, you know? And it's not like a huge amount. You can't even get the money unless you reach like $50 from Twitch. Twitch doesn't give you money unless it's like $50. You want so you sub? You want so you sub? Oh, you want to sub? Yeah. Eventually, if I could have given you guys like the free. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you, that's very nice. I hope you like using the Mothman one. Oh my god. Wait, what's the hype train? Yeah, you did got it. I see it. I see it in the chat. You using the little animated Mothman doing the taffy taps. So because on Twitch I have it as a dark screen, but on OBS on your guys' screen it should look like a white screen behind chat. I actually get to see the Mothman emotes against the black background and the white background. It's all on the same screen. I just like minimize the screen so I can watch both. So I actually see like double the amount of Mothman that you guys do. You might go insane if you continue writing this book. What? I thought you loved it. Love writing about the characters again, but you just want to be finished with this project and work on another one. You're the one who wanted to write the extra chapters. Dreamy Allura, Moon, this was self-inflicted. You could have been done. I thought you're writing extra chapters. Oh my god. Lucky, what is... Okay, so Juna says first. Oh, founder, 1 month subscriber. Yeah, I guess, Juna, you even get like a fancy little first on my screen next to your thingy. It's for the fans. Oh my goodness. What is, what's the hype train though? I feel like such a noob. I just keep not knowing stuff because I didn't think, I thought I was still too little to like have to worry about learning that stuff yet. That's crazy though. Thank you guys. That's really insane. That's really special. I'm like, I don't know if you guys can tell in real life. I'm like blushing a lot and I like don't really know how to act yet. Hello, first time chatter, and welcome to the chat. You love the blue and black theming. Thank you. We this is a customizable model, but there was an original PNG tuber for Cryptid first. And it was actually an artist friend who made it for us for free. They're really good friends and they made us the PNG tuber. They designed the original Cryptid. And I gave them all this inspo stuff, and it was the deer horns, it was the hair, it was the eyes, it was all this different stuff, the clothing. And they're like, yeah, can I show you a sample of what I'm thinking? And I'm like, yeah, sure, because they were doing it for free. I wasn't gonna talk shit about anything, like, yeah, whatever you want. And they sent it, and it had all the stuff I wanted, but the unique thing the artist did was they made Cryptid blue. They made it blue, and it's not in any of our other theming on anywhere else in the business. They were just like, no, I just had this idea, Cryptid should be blue. And at first I was like, oh, well, let's try out other colors, because I never thought of her being blue. And the artist was like, okay, and sent the other... You're my sibling! Why are you cheering bits? You're silly. But the artist then sent in the same thing, but now with like normal skin color or the other colors you were looking at. And I was like, you know what? You're actually right. Like, Cryptid should be blue. It just looked so right. Thank you for the sub, Noxley. You guys are all so silly. I'm like really blushing and freaking out. But yeah, it was that artist, and they just on the nose, no prompts, no reason, just they did this thing of like, yeah, I just thought Cryptid should be blue, and then after I'd seen it, no matter what we did, I was like, you're right, Cryptid is blue. She's just this blue Cryptid. And it ended up working so well. I really love it. So what are you writing? So it is a 30-day challenge. Every single day of November, I log on. And the idea was just to show the process and not be ashamed and get people really comfortable with seeing a really shitty first draft. Because I feel like a lot of writers try to write stuff as the first draft to make it look like it's their final draft. And that's really, really hard. And then if you have to do any edits or plot hole fixes, right, then you're fixing all your really hard-won, really pretty words, and that's difficult. So it's 30 days of just rough drafts. And plotting and making everything look messy, and it's okay because it's a rough draft. I like the keyboard smash part. That's your fave. Yes, sometimes I'll even leave notes to myself. Let's see if I have one. Like here, so I'm like, because I call myself Cryptid on stream. Whatever nonsense I give the hero in the end. F you, future Cryptid. You can make that decision when the time comes. But you're really effing glad you get to go through and delete all these effing comments from past you. The work still needs to be done, loser. And I'll write things to future me to edit. Like, hey, I realize there's a plot hole here. Future you's gonna have to fix it. I don't remember what hair color I said the character had. Future you's gonna have to scroll through 20 pages back to find it. I leave troll comments for future me. It's just because, you know, it's not, the important thing isn't to get it right the first time. The important thing is just to keep writing. Oh, thank you for the bits! What are you guys doing? Why are you guys doing all this? Thank you, but also what the fuck? Are you guys just really excited we're almost done with the 30-day challenge? But yes. So it's showing a lot of rough drafts. The first few days was a 2-minute animatic script. After that, it was a short story. Now we're finishing up a 3-episode script. So it's the scripts for 3 episodes. We're on the last episode. And then after that, we might work on another short story or a novel or whatever we want. It's okay. You made your model based off your D&D character with a smoke and chain theme. Yeah, that sounds fantastic. You love models? Yeah, I really got into it because I thought everyone who does the models, it's so creative. It's one of those things where even though like the person using it kind of takes over, they add their personality to it. It's really one of those things that's so collaborative with artists. You know, the artists, the people who are going to be rigging it. It's such a creative thing. They're all so very unique. My brother just got on his computer for the night. No, is he gonna be screaming at the computer again? Ajuna, bye. Oh, bye already, Ajuna. You just joined in. I'm so sorry to see you go, but have a wonderful night. What was I saying? But it's really so creative seeing all of the different things that so many people decide. Because really, a VTuber model, a model, even if it's just a PNG tuber model, it's just an online avatar. And when it's an online thing, you can be whatever you want. And when you let people be whatever they want, people make like crazy imaginative things, so many unique things. It's really, really awesome to see. Yeah, I bet you're not happy, Noxley. I wouldn't be happy either if somebody was screaming on their computer. Oh no. Let's see. You got your mod and rigger as the same person for just $40 in Siege Chibi. Oh, I was gonna say like $40 is really cheap for a model, right? But maybe because it's a chibi, yeah, that's a really good price. How is the cryptid tonight? I'm feeling a little tired because of my wonky nap. But otherwise, I'm like so excited. I'm so excited because we have some. Author Relic was in the Discord earlier. For everyone new here, there is the Discord, and you can submit your own writing samples. Up to 3 pages. Oh man, I meant to update the rules, and I forgot to update the rules. But nothing too explicit, nothing too spicy. But you can submit it up to 3 pages, or you just a paragraph or just a plot outline, whatever stage of writing you're in, and we actually read it on stream. And I limit myself to just 1 or 2 critiques that might help you bring it up to the next level if you are looking for critiques. Some people are just looking to share, though. I know not everyone wants a critique. But it's never a harsh thing, it's never a bad thing. It's always just, hey, you're sharing your stuff with other fellow writers and creative people to get feedback and get more ideas. Yes, a very pretty voice. That's one of the things, as more and more people are like tuning into me every night for the past month. I'm like, why do you guys listen to me? I hate my voice. Thank you. That's very, very kind. I'm trying to get more used to it and more positive about it. I think that the disconnect sometimes is my original idea for Cryptid, the local Cryptid, was very cool and very badass, and she was supposed to have this deep voice, and I was supposed to be like this really cool person all the time on stream. And before we even started streaming, I realized, oh well, one, my voice doesn't sound like that. I was learning to fake it, and I could fake the voice pretty well for a bit. But then I realized, you know what? I'm just gonna be like really anxious and nervous and trying to be somebody I'm not for hours and hours and hours if I try to do this persona. So it really was better. And I'm glad I made the switch of just acting like myself with my normal voice on stream. It made it a lot more natural And that's what lets me be able to stream for hours every night. Can you imagine me trying to pretend to be somebody in charge who knows what they're doing as like you guys are trying to explain to me how do I ban a bot comment? Are you doing story time tonight or waiting till tomorrow? I might do it tonight because I'm really excited that I was able to find my old work. Sugar was about to ask on Discord when you're going live. I'm right here. I said on Discord I'm live. I did it. I give you guys the updates. I even I think some people like being able to like already be hopped on and like waiting to enter. So I try to even leave a minute notice like, hey, I'm about to start streaming. I try to give you guys, if I can, like a little minute's heads up. You can post some stuff if you want. Didn't you already? Didn't you post something you wanted like you were gonna try and do edits on? Or am I just, or is that somebody else? I'm gonna feel so bad if that was somebody else. But yeah, if you have more stuff too, you can. I'm gonna pay attention to how my voice is feeling too though. So we're gonna see how much I can read today. How is, for everyone who's not aware, Author Relic here in chat is also an indie published author, and they're working on their next book. And sometimes they let us read little excerpts from it. It's really, really cool. But they're also looking for, I hope you don't mind me saying that, they're also looking for book cover artists. So if you guys have any like more recommendations, if you guys have any friends who do book cover stuff, hey, feel free to reach out to Author Relic. They might really like the resources. That's just a quick little paragraph from chapter 25. Not everyone would understand it. Oh, okay. If not everyone would understand it, if you don't want it on live, I could always just edit it too. There's somebody who did their plot outline and sent that to me yesterday on stream, and I still have to get back to them about those edits. I did not forget. Oh, I don't want to show the email, because it's an old email from college. But if we want to do story time first, let me see. I had to get on the right screen. I can do that. I just have to send the Word document to this email. That way. That's the Discord. So if my model's glitchy, it's because I'm looking at my phone real quick to send the Word document to me. I literally thought maybe this would just be lost forever. I did not think I would be able to share to Gmail. To Cryptid Roots. Okay. I have sent it. We'll hopefully be able to. Just finished. Wrote 2,725 words for the bonus chapter. Like 11 and a half pages. Yeah, that's a really... I know you were worried about how maybe having a low page count before, but that's a really nice little bonus extra. Dreamy Allure, you should be so proud of yourself. That's a huge... You were just working on this yesterday, and now you have it done today. That's like huge. That's fantastic. Oh my god. I'm always like really inspired. Sometimes I come on here and I'm trying really hard to be like, oh, okay, maybe I should try really hard to be, what is it? Like somebody who writes, otherwise people will like, da-da-da-da-da. But instead, honestly, I like showing up just because I love hearing all the stuff you guys are doing sometimes. You guys are always really impressive. I'm always really inspired by the stuff you guys do too. And there's a lot of different perspectives too. Like I talk a lot about traditional publishing because that's the stuff I researched for years and years and years, and what I was originally in college for. And I had a lot of contacts and people who did end up pursuing that. So I did know people in the industry who did pursue traditional publishing for a while. And I give a lot of feedback and critique about that. But I'm learning so much more also about like the indie publishing side, and that's really, really nice. What? Okay, for a second, I'm gonna have OBS focused on the on the Discord. Okay, I know it's gonna be weird. It's just so I can, or it's just gonna be a black screen. Okay, whatever. That's fine, I guess. It's weird, but it's fine. It's just because I'm pulling up the email, and it's also a business email, so I just want to make sure I'm not disclosing any NDA stuff. Let's see here. I'm loading it up. But yeah, the document, it's literally, I didn't have a creative name for it. It was just, get started. No, I don't want to. Close. Okay. Okay. This does have my legal name on it. You guys, I've never hidden my legal name for you guys. Cryptid Roots is a business. It is officially, like, state documented business. Black screens is what every streamer wants. It's temporary. I'm getting it set up. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so now I can go over here. And now we can have it. But it does have my name on it. For anyone who's worried about me accidentally doxing myself. Cryptid Roots is a... No! That's not it! Is this it? Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna cough and I'm gonna turn off the mic. Okay. Hopefully my model's moving again. Thank you for trusting us. It's not even a trust thing. Just legally, Cryptid Roots LLC is a business registered in Florida under my name. If anyone ever looked up Cryptid Roots LLC, you'll know my name is Caitlin Rice here. That's not a trust thing. If it was a trust thing, I would say that's really stupid. Don't trust your legal name on the internet. My legal name is already on the internet. Cryptid Roots LLC is a business. It is a corporation we have had for years. I do businessy things. I sign NDAs. I file taxes. And if you look up Cryptid Roots LLC as a Florida business on sunbiz.org, that lists all businesses, you will see my name. So when we started VTubing, we already knew, like, oh, we can't join like a VTuber. If you guys ever wonder why VTubers join VTuber corporations, it's for anonymous protections. It's to keep their legal name. The corporation does the dealings and the money stuff and the contracts for them to keep the VTuber anonymous. I'm not anonymous. Cryptid Roots is your legal name is Roots. So that was not me and Roots do not have that privacy. It's already legally publicly available. Your legal name is also on the internet. Damn legal notice. It's mandatory for accounts like Bookstagram accounts. For Bookstagram? Is that just the Instagram? Is that the book side of Instagram? I had no idea. But yeah, so you'll see my legal name. I've never hidden it from you guys. It's not a hidden thing. It's not an accidental dox thing. I'm showing it because, like, I know it's here, but yeah. But also, if you guys are all really good raccoons on the internet, you guys know with most other VTubers, they do hide their legal name. They do that for anonymous sake, because they're not like us, where they don't have their legal name tied to a business. So everyone just still be really nice to other VTubers who are hiding their names. Yeah, because you technically do advertising, although it's not paid. Germany loves those rules. Yeah. There's also a lot of legalities, right? Bruce is a commander and will stop zombies with tea. I helped. In your fanfic, I helped. So, is everyone ready for story time? This is from 2017, 2016, somewhere around there. I forget the exact thing. But yes, this is all the way back then when I was a little baby college student, when little baby Cryptid was in college, and I haven't done any edits. You're seeing what I turned in to my creative writing class for critique, and I figured it would be a good thing too. Like, even though I'm proud of some of the work, it has been years. 1, I've gotten better, but 2, even when I was good at some stuff, there were still errors. I still got critique on this, and that is perfectly fine and valid, right? And I learned a lot from that critique, and there's still things I would change now if I had to rewrite this. I won't. This is just an assignment. I'm not gonna rewrite it, but so I'll probably go through. And I thought maybe I would even, when we're done reading it, I would even point out some of the edits I would make now. If this was like a work that somebody like just gave me, what stuff I would point out. And it's not me being mean to my work, it's just me being very factual, like, oh yeah, this could be better. This is how you improve it. Do we want the lo-fi music on while we do it? I think I just want the beginning lo-fi. How about that? Yeah, that's the better lo-fi. Is everyone ready for story time? Story time! So here we go. Let me get closer. The girls had discovered the Degas paintings and immediately fell in love. They had never seen a ballerina before, and since they probably never would, it elevated the scenes to a mythical level. Upside, with him, they tiptoed in boots along the mutated roots of trees and spun around,
pretending the utility belts were tutus. Sometimes they would ask him to dance too, but he was working, picking up samples, recording data that was probably useless. Sometimes one of the upside pipes needed fixing too, but at least when he did that, he was really being useful. What? Oh no!
What? Oh, was it a lie? Wait. Is everything good? I'll pause a moment while we wait. Hold on. I'll let me know if it's good. I think you guys are all just causing mischief. You guys are all being silly raccoons. I know you guys. Hold on, I'm gonna move my mic, see if I can bring it closer.
Paula, the older daughter at 9, would sometimes ask him what other moves they could do. He knew none. The information hadn't been saved, so he made it up as he went. The obvious tiptoe stance and backwards kick was easy, but when they wanted more, he began to make up absurd names. Holding the arms out wide in a circle was the dome stance, and laying dramatically on the floor in pretend death was the nuked pose. They liked it all well enough. They would giggle and dance around him while he worked. It was important that they were happy, important enough to bring them to the upside to play. It didn't change the fact that his wife still hated it. She was paranoid of the radiated air, terrified that the suits might tear or the filters fail. It had happened to her before, in her youth, and now she rarely ever came up. She complained that her throat still burned at random moments, and that her hair would be fuller if not for the hair loss effects. These were silly fancies, of course. All the medical staff agreed that the effects wouldn't have lasted this long with so little exposure. "A few breaths won't kill them, Eve," he had said. "They're fine. Everything's fine." But he knew she didn't believe him. She didn't even kiss the girls often, as if afraid that her lips might somehow pass the very same poison onto them. She wanted to keep them down below with her. The underground greenhouses were the safest place, right next to the medical ward. They wouldn't even come into contact with radiation of any sort, but they would be scanned and cleaned for it anyways between crops. It was the perfect job for Eve, but his daughters were different than his wife. He knew it, he knew this, and Eve knew it too, in a dejected sort of way. So the girls ventured to the upside with him every morning. At night, they found preserved things when wandering through the shelter's conservation rooms. It was how they found the Degas paintings. The next day, when they were upside, they would question him about whatever had caught their interest, and he wouldn't know how to answer. "Why do they need ballerinas for, Daddy? And do tutus fit under radio gear or over it?" He tried his best, really, but as far as he knew, no ballerinas had been placed in the shelter before the drop. The same with painters and princesses, cats and unicorns, or really anything else that his girls seemed interested in. What does a guitar sound like? He didn't know. They both loved his versions, though, but Charlie wanted to understand them. She was only 6, and yet she wanted the practical answers. She wanted straightforward logic in a way that she knew fighting with her sister made her grounded, or dropping a beaker made glass shatter everywhere. "Daddy, if we were outside, would we see a ballerina?" she asked. "No," said Paula. "They don't show us anything out there. I asked to see a porcupine once, and they still don't want to show me one. And that was on my birthday, too." She pouted from thinking back on the matter, and jumped off the pipe he had been checking. "Daddy?" Charlie asked again, and he sighed, because he didn't want to be the bad guy. "You can ask, sweetie. Just don't be disappointed, okay? I don't think they have any ballerinas back there today." "I'm going to ask about my porcupine," Paula shouted, and immediately both girls were off running. They followed the pipework away from the underground bunkers with him, having to stop every so often to turn a knob or write down pressure readings. When the girls were almost out of sight, they would stop and practice tiptoeing and dropping dead until he caught up. He had never seen a dancer before, but he was sure anyone would be impressed with their dedication at least. Eventually, the shimmer of the dome wall was visible through the tree line. It was clear and looked like glass, though he wasn't certain what the exact material was. He did know it was very thick and secure, strong enough to withstand severe weather on the outside and battering rams from within. On the other side was what looked like the same air, even if it wasn't. Beyond that were rows and rows of white tent-like structures with scores of people, all topping their fields, no doubt, scurrying around as if the place were on fire. The reality was obviously much worse than a fire, and none of the maskless people cared much for putting it out regardless. The solar-powered screen was there, and the girls rushed to it while he waved down the attention of one of the attendants. Paula pulled out the keyboard from its case and helped Charlie with the typing. The first thing they sent over was, "Hello! How's the outside today?" because they were polite. The scientists on the other side were not impressed with etiquette. He began typing back, and each keystroke looked as if he were trying to squash a particularly annoying bug with just his finger. "Fine. Please have your father send over the data now." "No! I want to see my birthday porcupine," Paula whined, but the dome was too thick for sound to travel through, and the gas mask made lip reading impossible. Charlie threw the keyboard down, which caused the man to glare and tap on the dome, though the sound still did not carry through. He picked the keyboard back up and began typing back. "Hello. My daughters are very interested in seeing a ballerina. Does anyone in camp dance at all?" On the other side, the keys must have transformed into very large insects with the way the scientist typed. "No. Please send over the data now. We need to double-check our findings today." Paula was the faster reader, so it was she who reacted first by flinging herself against the dome wall, slamming her fist against it with all the might a 9-year-old could muster. He managed to shush her, but not before Charlie joined in for a bit too, kicking branches and rocks at the see-through structure. When he was done managing them, he began sending over the data. Temperature, test results from yesterday's samples, pressure and usage on all machinery, health changes in every member. It was a long process, and the girls had taken to sitting and facing away from the dome wall while they waited, sulking. There was a small crowd gathered by the time he was done, and he was used to that. They liked to pass the test results along like gossip, running it from tent to tent. But when he looked up, the scientists weren't looking at the screen. Most were still, focused on something behind him. A few even had their faces pressed against the glass, as if trying for a closer look. He turned around. The girls were still sitting away, stubborn in their anger, but Charlie was rocking slightly and fumbling with her suit, rubbing and clawing at the fabric layers. Itching. "Charlie?" he said, and it sounded like he was the confused child now, not the parent. He was running, and Paula was turning her head towards him, unaware of the situation. A second passed, or maybe a full half-life span, he wasn't sure. But he was tackling Charlie, and he blinked and he was running, her little body pressed tightly against his own. He didn't know where the tear in her gear was, but he knew it was there. He knew. His legs were moving so fast, he was afraid they might leave him behind, stranded with Charlie in the poisoned air and the toxic dome, unable to do anything but cry, which he found he was already doing. He cursed himself for believing that a few breaths were fine, and he cursed his ancestors for putting them in this trap all those years ago. Charlie was squirming, unaware of the danger. Paula was running behind him, trying desperately to keep up. They were both scared. Daddy? Daddy, what's wrong? He couldn't answer. What about the ballerinas? Can't you make them show us one? Charlie was squirming more. Normally, she liked to be carried, but the situation was too tense and his grip on her too tight for comfort. I don't want to go back down. I want to stay up here and be a ballerina. And a porcupine. There wasn't enough air in his lungs to run like this and answer back, especially with his throat closing up the way it was. Charlie coughed, and Paula said, "Bless you." And then they both stayed silent when they heard him sobbing. And yeah. Hold on, let me put there might be a noise real quick because I'm moving the microphone. Yeah. There we go. That was young little baby college stage Cryptid. And I recognized the exact part when I was telling you guys. I'm like, oh, it's like a Mandela effect. I don't remember this ending. I had a completely different ending. And I noticed it. Hold on. It's here. It's this exact line. Because I remember it. It all sounds right to hear. From the scientists passing the gossip along from tent to tent. And then the change that I don't remember is the scientist looking behind him, and it's the younger daughter who gets the tear in her suit, and he's rushing her back because he doesn't want her to get radioactive, like the poisoning from the polluted air stuff. Let me scroll back down so you don't see it as much, my name, but I literally recognize the exact line where I'm like, I do not remember that. I remember it was supposed to be like the Twilight Zone, you know, where like this like effed up thing happens, and you're like, wow, wouldn't it be insane if that happens? And the point is that they're in this giant dome, and it's an underground area too, to test radioactive half-lives on people and testing measures for generations. They've been here for generations. And then the bit at the end was supposed to be, oh, the scientist who won't let them out. Years and years and years, generations and generations of the scientists not letting them out, not letting them end the test. In the end, there's warfare that happens, and they see the mushroom clouds in the distance, and the scientist and everyone else there tries desperately to break into the dome, because they know it has the facilities to survive, right, the radioactive stuff. But they can't, because it's this unbreakable dome, so the people inside could never get out, and now the scientists trying to get in can't get in, and they all die outside. And then the people inside don't have to do the test results anymore, because there's no one outside to get them. And I remember that ending. I remember it, and I'm like looking at this, I'm like, wait, this is a different ending. Isn't that so funny? How different my memory of it is compared to the actual piece I submitted. But also, Incomplete, thank you for the 7-stream streak. That's so exciting. Thank you guys for tuning in as often as you do. It's really crazy. But yes, this was younger Cryptid and going through the same things. I'll mention stuff I liked about, stuff that I'm still really proud of, and stuff that better kind of working on the collab in the Discord right now. That's so exciting. And yes, alright, I think I was in the middle of reading, but hello Shadow and welcome in. I hope you're feeling better. I think yesterday on stream you were mentioning that you were in the hospital and stuff, so we're all sending you well wishes. We all hope that you're doing okay. What an ending. in what's written here, or what I thought was the ending, because apparently those are different. So for yeah, get well soon. Get well soon. We're all like hoping good. We're all sending good thoughts your way, Shadow. So one of the things I still actually really like, one of the things I'm really proud of, even though we actually don't see her, we don't see her in this version. In the ending I thought I wrote, we do see the Mother Eve. She ends up coming up with everyone else, and it's really rare for her. But she comes up, and they're all in their suits, and they're watching the scientists die on the other side of the glass dome. And I remember writing Eve coming up here, and it was a special thing. But even though we don't see her, I still like the characterization I had for Eve. Even though we don't see her, I thought the way I described her, I'm still actually really proud of it, that she's this paranoid person. She had this this exposure that the suit malfunctioned, or had a tear in it or something. And she gets a bit, and she calls it like the poisoned air, right? That's the description. And now she's always worried about contamination. She's always hyper vigilant about it. She's really stressed. She's even scared of kissing her own daughters and stuff because she assumes she's always contaminated. And it even affects her job that she works in the greenhouses because that's where the food is. The greenhouses in the medical ward are the places that have to have the strictest, the most safe stuff for decontamination. And that's why she ended up doing that job. So I was like, wow, even though she's not really a character we see, I'm still actually really proud with the way I described her and that little journey she went through. I still really like that about her. I'm still like, oh yeah, I liked writing that about Eve. That was cool. Yeah, you were discharged with meds and stuff, and you go back to work tomorrow. Was told to take it easy and no lifting heavy. Yeah. Take care of yourself. Have a relaxing day. Listen to my annoying voice for an hour. You know? Well, maybe you should find something more relaxing than that, truth be told. But yeah, if you're having fun doing the collab, I know they really wanted to do a collab, and I felt bad that I didn't have the time to do it. So I'm glad that if you guys are having fun doing collab stuff in the Discord. It was a spinal issue. That's always really scary. Yeah, that's really scary. You don't want to mess with your spine. Spine controls a lot of stuff. Wiggle time? Wiggle. Do. Just see how much I can get my model to freak out. So I am really happy with that. I think out of this whole bit, that's actually my most proud part. I really like that. But being more critical and looking at stuff to fix, there's honestly the slight issues, and I think it's just because it's such an old document and I don't even have word really on this thing. There are like occasional missed words. There's just occasional missed words. That's going into copy editing, which I always said was never my strongest suit. I'm more developmental and line editing inclined. But it is important to recognize that there are some missing words or spelling errors here again, or stuff that should be like combined words. There was one where it should have like the line between it, and I was just like, oh, okay, I noticed that now looking back on it. But ignoring copy edits, just doing line and developmental edits. I actually think that one of the biggest things too was also, this is all really nice in theory. It's not really how there needs to be more research done into this, because this isn't how radiation stuff works. I had this idea for the Twilight Zone setting of it, right? These people after generations and generations being in this dome and being the test subjects of how we can like keep humanity safe if there ever was nuclear fallout. What measures would we need to make society survive? But there's stuff like I have gas masks. I have gas masks for radiation stuff, and that's not quite. I don't believe that's quite right anymore. There's like the suits, and it's there's a lot of like stuff here that I'm trying to get the vibe of like, oh, it's like a nuclear fallout stuff, and logistically it doesn't actually work. It doesn't actually make sense. Yeah, but it's what is it? What? Let's actually look it up. What stuff do we? Let's get rid of that. Oh wait, you guys, I don't think you guys are following along. Hold on, let me get the OBS to tune into my new screen. No. Let's try going here. It's Untitled? Yeah, new tab. Okay, here we go. Sorry, I figured it out. What here for? I always say you always look up weird stuff if you're a writer. No exposed thing. It's NBC uniforms. They have gas mask, gloves, and boots and everything. No exposed skin. Yeah. I think I just got some like critiques before over like the combination of personal protective equipment or PPE and an emergency kit. Essential gear includes a respirator or gas mask with proper filters, protective clothing like disposable coveralls or hazmat suit, and items for sealing your shelter such as duct tape and plastic sheeting.
I think it needs more than that. Yeah, this one just says like a helmet to protect your head from debris, and I'm like, that's different than what we're talking about. That's Reddit. I'm really worried. I'm like, what stuff am I, what prepper stuff am I gonna see here? Yeah, it doesn't fully protect from radiation, but it helps. No one can be fully protected from radiation. That's the problem. And that was like the bit of it of like, oh yeah, they're supposed to be fully protected. We're gonna go back to this document. Yeah, there we go. They're supposed to be fully protected, and it's not for generations and generations and generations. And they've kept the underground area, this underground bunker system they have, completely clean. All the different stuff. It's unlikely. It needs some more like logistical work to make it like make sense. And I wasn't focused on that, right? My main idea was actually the starting line when I wrote it was just like these two little girls in hazmat suits pretending to be ballerinas because they saw Degas paintings. And it be over 100 years before radiation. Yeah. The idea of this was that they were like generations and generations and generations. It had been so like that's why he like curses his ancestors for putting them in this dome. That dad has spent his entire life in the dome, and his parents have too. And that's why when they're asking like what does a guitar sound like, he doesn't know. They never put a guitar in the dome. So he doesn't know what it sounds like. He'd never seen a ballerina. He hasn't seen dancers. I guess the radiation began, yeah. So that's why there's even like stuff with like, oh, maybe he waited a second, or maybe it was like a full half-life. It's all this different stuff, and they're testing how long, how plausible is it to survive a nuclear fallout. If they have these certain things in place, how well can the people do it? How well is the pipe system? How well is the crop working underground with like all this? They're like testing it, but this particular story is just about like, oh yeah, he has these two little girls. He's raising these two little girls in that environment. Such up 1960s nuclear life. Yeah. If I was like redoing it, I would to make sure it was like more accurate. I'm not. This is just an old thing from college. So it's nuclear fallout and not the ozone burning up and sun rays coming in at full blast. Yeah. The idea was that in the ending, I remember writing, which apparently I didn't, but that I remember writing. It's so weird. I remember he's doing all this stuff back and forth, and the girls are pouting. And he keeps writing, and it's like this whole paragraph of some of the stuff he has to keep sending over to the scientist. Because the scientist can't go in there and measure stuff, right? So it's them that has to go in and give them all the readings for the scientist to do the data with. And while he's doing it, the scientists suddenly look really tense, and they're like listening to stuff, but he can't hear it through the dome. And then they start freaking out, and he doesn't understand what they're panicking about. And then eventually they start, the same way that him and generations have been trying to break out of the dome, the scientists start trying to break into the dome for some reason. And he messages all the people, because it's like a lot of people in this underground system, right? And he starts like getting them, and they all come back up, and they all start getting into suits, just a couple of them at first, to like watch them. They're like, why are the scientists freaking out? Why are they trying to break in? They know they can't. We haven't ever been able to break out. Our ancestors were never able to break out. What is going on? So they're all just kind of like watching the scientists now this reversal, trying to break in, and they don't understand why. And then eventually it just keeps happening. So then everyone, including Eve, including the guy's wife, right, even though she hardly ever comes up anymore, everyone is up. They're all in hazmat suits just watching the scientist freak out for like this hour or so. And there's no escape. They're hearing news that there's nuclear warfare going to be launched, and they're realizing, oh no, there's nowhere safe for us to go, and they're trying to break into the dome because they know there's the underground bunker system, and there's system in place that would let them survive the nuclear fallout, but they can't break in. And in the end, the people inside the dome notice the mushroom clouds in the distance, and then the scientists just absolutely freaking out, bawling. You're brilliant now.
And eventually the mushroom clouds, the spread of the dust and all that stuff takes away. It covers the glass dome. They can't see anything anymore from the dust clouds. But it's implied to the readers, that all the scientists are going to die out there because they couldn't go into the dome. The roles have been reversed. And they all think, wow, that's really weird. We don't understand what happened. And they're just going to go back downstairs. And it was just going to end like a Twilight Zone episode where it's like, yeah, there's no moral point to this. Isn't that just fucked up? I remember, do you see what I mean? I remember it. I remember writing that ending. But that's not the ending. It's that one instead where the girl gets the tear in her suit to showcase what Eve was worried about, the wife was worried about. And they have to run back. Which, if I have to pull it up again, let me go back to that. Let's see. There we go. So I was saying, like, there has to be more research to make it a more plausible thing and have probably better, like, tech terms for stuff. But honestly, I honestly feel like the ending's a bit weak, too. I'm not in love with the ending. It's, I do like this part, that describing him running. He likes to move so fast, he was afraid they might leave him behind, stranded with Charlie in the poisoned air and the toxic dome, unable to do anything but cry, which he found he was already doing. So I like that part. He cursed himself for believing that a few breaths were fine, and he cursed his ancestors for putting them in this trap all those years ago. So, like, I feel like that part was pretty strong. Like, describing this dad running back towards to go to the underground bunkers, to go into, like, decontamination and stuff. I felt like that was strong. But everything, like, this last bit, it's... I don't know, it's not quite the ending. It's not quite the strong ending I would have wanted. And I get that it's supposed to be, like I was going for, like, the cute girls being oblivious and bringing back up the porcupine, the ballerinas, and all the stuff they don't know about from growing up in the dome. But I think I should have ended on a different point. I'm wondering if I should have even... What, I don't really... Should I have ended it maybe with them getting back to the dome? I kind of like the fact that it's a cliffhanger. We don't know what's going to happen to the little girl Charlie. How bad it's going to be for her, right? But I don't feel like it's the strongest. I would have reworked the ending. If this was a piece I was going to redo, I would have reworked the ending. I would have done more research into stuff. And then again, there's also, like, there's the occasional missed words or the stuff, too. There could have probably been some more clarity. Because, like, I understand that setting. I understand, like, hey, it's this scientific dome. They're testing radiation and stuff, too. There's probably a few places where I could have been more clear. I think one of the critiques I had, too, was people were confused about outside and upside. They're like, oh, they're upside. They're above the bunkers, but they're still inside the dome. And if you want to go outside the dome with the sun. So, like, I did have to explain that. I think there was, like, a little bit of confusion with some people who read this back when I said this in college. And I probably would have put somewhere to try and make it more casual, explaining there's the underground bunkers, there's the inside of the upside where they're in the dome, but there's outside the dome where all the scientists are. I probably would have had a better scene where I would have explained that to give readers a more clear understanding of it. Wish there were more things we could get for the points. You got 2.2 thousand of the points of the channel points. College Cryptid seemed fun. College Cryptid also was depressed. I think I'm more fun now, but maybe that's my bias. Yeah, I had to start thinking of things for the channel points too. I do have to start thinking that soon. Somebody wanted like the drink water reminder and like the check posture reminder, stuff like that. I just had to look up how to do it. You're at 2.2 thousand right now. That's crazy. Water check would be good. Well, there you go, Roots. Start looking up how do I do that. You're at 12,000 over there. Oh my god, I didn't realize you guys built up points so fast. That's crazy. Let me go ahead and change to that. But yes, this is Younger Cryptid, and that's some of the critiques that I would have. I need to do If I was going to redo this, there'd have to be more research into the setting. I probably would have had to describe the setting, how this system works a little bit more clearly. And then the ending. The ending I don't feel is its strongest point. I think the ending could be reworked a little bit. I don't have the exact idea in my head of how I would have. It has to like sit in the back of my head, but I'm not going to rewrite this, so I'm not too worried about it. So if you guys ever wonder, like, how do you even critique your own stuff? This is the kind of stuff you're looking at. So you notice stuff you like, and I happen to really like the way I characterized Eve. If I was doing like a really harsh critique and I was like fully reworking this, with this ending, I would probably, even though I love the writing, I probably would get rid of the stuff about Eve, because in this ending, Eve doesn't really... Well, no, I guess she does, right? Because Charlie goes through the same thing she does. Okay, I guess I could keep Eve. Never mind, I could keep her. I'm looking for all the excuses to keep my paragraph about Eve. I really do like that paragraph. Everything else, I'm like, oh yeah, it can be changed. But it is... Even though with your own writing, you might think like, oh no, I love all of my writing. I love all of my story. It's like, okay, but now practically, critically, look at what are the stuff you are proud of that is good. And even though you like it, even though you're proud of your work, there is stuff of your work that could be better. I'm proud of this work. Younger Cryptid worked hard on this story, you know? But even now, even though I can love it, even though I can be proud of my work, I can still admit, no, this ending isn't quite what I envision. This ending is something else. I would need a different ending. Just give my dope dog for you guys. Let's see. Untitled one. Where's my untitled one? It's not this one, is it? No. There we go. It should show up for you guys now. We barely ever use points here. Yeah, well, I never expected to be monetized so fast. I'm happy I have emotes up. I'm happy I have an animated emote up. I'm just happy I have anything. Oh my goodness. Who's next in story time? Did anyone besides you post? I'm not sure. Create a channel point reward. Go to your oak and add a new custom reward titled Hydrate and set a cost. Hydrate, Root, hydrate! Drink the water! Root needs food. We should put give Roots food. You guys will... Wait, I had to feed Roots? Wait, do raccoons need food? Wait. Somebody... Who hid this from me this whole time? I should have been giving Roots food? I haven't been giving them any food. You haven't fed Roots? The good stuff. Yes, raccoons need food. What? What? That's crazy. You know the Cryptid... Oh, yeah, Roots. Yeah, I still have to go through yours. I'm not sure how long yours is. I haven't looked at yours yet. Raccoons have cute little hands, to be honest. Yeah, they have little raccoon hands. The higher deities, whatever you believe in, gave them those hands for evil, and they use it for mischief. I'm back. What's happening? Oh, welcome back. I wasn't sure if you were coming back. I thought you were just off for the night, but welcome back. It's good to see you. Yeah, we finished reading my little baby Cryptid in college thingamajig, and I gave the stuff of like, hey, this is one part I'm really proud of it, but there's other parts that, you know, looking at it critically, and it's totally okay to love something you wrote, but still look at it critically. Those two things don't like contradict each other. Looking at it critically, you know, there were some things I would make stronger. There are some details I would rephrase or put in better. There's an ending I would probably just rewrite. I'm not in love with that ending. Oh, it's just a page? Okay. Roots need snacks. If I go into the channel reward stuff now, I don't think it messes with anything. So go to your creative dashboard, add a new custom reward titled Hydrate. Okay, everyone. Sorry, I might not be able to respond to stuff because I'm gonna go into the creator dashboard, custom reward. So there's creator dashboard. If I go down to viewer rewards, emotes, drops, rewards. I'm gonna guess it's rewards. You're gonna spam the hydrate. Oh dear God. Tell Roots to come out here and get me a drink then. I know the kitchen's right next to me, but I'm working on streaming stuff. What is this? Open rewards. Rewards are limited time offers from top brands. Wait, no, this doesn't look right. This doesn't look right. Hold on. Raccoons, how much should it cost to spam hydrate? you know, I'm nice. I'm not gonna make it like crazy expensive. It's just a free currency. This is all just us hanging out. Cryptid, I have to feed roots? Also Cryptid, get me water! Yeah! Isn't that how it's like? Set it to like 500? Isn't that high? Isn't that a lot? Power-ups and channel points? Okay, wait, okay, maybe I'm at the right part now. So view rewards, power-ups, and channel points. Enable channel points. Okay, I do have that enabled. Custom points display. Manage power-ups and channel points new. Update individual power-ups or rewards. Create or modify challenges. Maybe this is it? Oh god, it's pulling up pop-ups trying to walk me through this. Anxiety. Yeah, 500 is reasonable? It is? I think 500 is a lot. Okay, I'll believe you guys. Now for individual rewards. Smart cost will automatically adjust your default reward cost based on the size of your audience and redemption rate of your rewards. See how it works? I don't want to see how it works. I just want to get this done. Unlock an emote is 480? Oh. Oh, okay. Let's see. Power-ups, default rewards. Oh, okay. Choose an emote to unlock. I do have that one. Unlock a random sub emote. I have that one. Highlight my message is one. Create a custom reward. Give your reward a name. Okay, maybe this is the drinking one. Drink more water. Add a blurb of what you want your viewer to request. Remind Cryptid to. Oh, maybe I could. I'll call it hydrate or dihydrate. That's what I'll call it. I like that one. Hydrate or. Wait, that doesn't look right. Is that how you spell it? Yeah. Hold on, everyone. Hold on, chat. I'm setting it all up. Enter amount. Everyone said like 500? That seems so high. You guys have all like this money. Oh my goodness. There's a reward icon. I don't know if I have that yet. What? I don't care about the description. Drink water. Drink water. Okay, hopefully no one's spamming stuff in chat. I'm sorry, I can't see you right now. I'm looking. I'm giving you guys what you want. I don't have an icon. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, create. Okay, it says enabled. And there's another one for choose an emote to unlock, unlock a random sub emote, and then highlight my message. So that should be stuff. And then I can go back here to this. Oh no, I'm white again. Roots, you didn't tell me I'm white again. Hold on, that was just the cursed image. Okay. No more blue. Okay, I should be blue again. Want me to test it? You can if you want, as long as it's not like a pay thing. It's just like the little free currency you guys get. Hydrate or dihydrate. There we go. Yeah. Oh, and Authorelic just did it too. Does that make you guys happy? Roots is getting me water right now. They actually came over here to give me water. Azuna, oh my god. How much are you guys gonna make me drink? Hold on here. Let's go. Oh no. This is gonna be bad. I've given you guys too much power. Hold on, let me take a sippy. Oh my god. Double drink. Wait, oh. Very decaffeinated. 3? Okay, that was my first sippy. Hold on. What sound does that make for you guys? Is it like really loud or annoying or something? I hope it's not. Okay, I had 2 sippies so far. Hold on, I'm catching up.
That's 4 sippy. Okay, so I had 2 sippies. This is my 3rd sippy. Okay, 3rd sippy and 4th sippy. Let's go. No, it's still half. Well, I guess you can refill it a little bit. Cool. Oh my god. Okay, that was the last sippies. Hold on. But it was really... Seriously? Okay. Okay, Rich, just give me more water. It's fine. 5 Okay, here's the 5th sippy. Here you go. Okay, everyone hydrate or dehydrate. We're good. It would be really funny if Roots gave me like a dirty cup or something to sip out of, because it's like dark enough over here I wouldn't be able to tell. That would be great vengeance actually if they did. Because I wasn't looking, I was just trying to keep up with the sippies. Never offer so much power for free. I didn't think it was What's wrong with you guys? Isn't that abusive just making me take a sippy? Oh no. You could have used it to like unlock an emote or something, or like what else was there? There was like even highlighting messages. You guys didn't abuse shit for that. Why is this sippy so entertaining? Okay. Another sippy. Can't wait to redeem more. Hold on, here's just sippy. Okay. Roots, you're banned. You're fucking banned. I hope you know that. In real life, I'm banning you. Okay. Wait, if I have any more sippies, I'm gonna get sick. Bans! All my bans! Are you guys here? When I mentioned the stats, the ban one is the #1 emote used in my chat. Isn't that so funny? Author Relic, you're banned too. All my raccoons are banned. You guys are just banning each other. Okay, hold on. Maybe 1K each? Okay, hold on. So I won't be able to see you guys for a minute. I'm gonna go to the... I'm gonna edit it. Fuck, where was it? Viewer rewards. You're not getting in on the action. It's because you're a good raccoon. Wait! I just said you were a good raccoon. What the fuck? What was that? Rich, was that you? Power-ups and channel. No, it's manage power-ups and channel points. Okay. Here we go. Hydrate, dihydrate, edit. Save. And then I white again, so I'll go over here. Maybe go back. Yeah, that's what I said. If I press the 0 on one of the keyboards, it turns the model to the default. Oh, good to know. Luna do. Oh, okay, it's just Luna. Okay. Wait, how many sippies am I behind right now? Cryptid owes us 3 sippies. Okay, let me see. Like, yeah, it's Author Relic, Michael Bolden, and Author Relic again. Okay. Drank so much she turned white. You guys are all toxic. 4 sippies. Thank you so much, Author Relic. It's always so good seeing you in chat. Everything. Okay, here's the first sippy. Was my model just making a weird face when I turn that way? Is that why you guys are redeeming it? How many points do you have? That was the second one. Here's your third. Here's your fourth. Oh my god. Michael Bolden, what are you doing? What is this? Drink a shot every time she says sippy. Cryptid is gonna drat. I actually might. take track of how many sippies I still owe you. I'm going back to edit it. This is fucking crazy. What are you guys doing? How did you guys get this many points? Power-ups and channel points. Here we go. Here, now I know what I'm doing to you, so I can do it faster. You guys better get those edits in now. I'm changing it right now. Oh. Okay. Stream manager, I'm back. I can see chat. Time was out. Should be fine. I made 10,000. F you guys. You don't drink all that water. It's just fake currency. I do, otherwise I'll feel like a liar. This is somehow Root's fault for bringing it up. Yeah, even if it wasn't Root's fault, I'd still blame Roots. Should be 3K, it should be 5K. It's 10K, motherfuckers. But yeah, no, if you guys take a shot every time I say sippy, you guys would die. No, how many do I still owe? How many do I still owe? It was Author Relic, Nip Bone, I did catch up with that. Author Relic again. Michael Bolden, Author Relic. Author Relic. And then 3 Michael Boldens. I think I did do the 3 Michael Bolden that Michael Bolden did at the end. I think like 4, 2. I'm not saying different numbers. I think it's at least 3. Relic. Ow. In the future, you can set a limit to how many times it can proc a stream, or a limit per person. She owes us 3 more. Oh, that's neat. Yeah, I had no idea. And it's so good to hear from you. Hi, yeah, that's crazy. Stream streaks give bonus points. Oh. What's a steam streak? What's a stream streak? Okay, wait, here's one of the sippies. Oh, Roots only has 12. Yeah, I mean, Roots, honestly, though, you show up, like, every day in stream and you do the mod stuff. You do some jokes and stuff here. But a lot of the other people, like Author Relic, Michael Bolden, Decaffeinated, when they're on. A lot of them, when they are in chat, they're more active in chat. So you'll do, like, an occasional thing. But, you do the sippy. We didn't hear the gulp. Okay, yeah. Oh, the model freezes out, so it looks really stoic and creepy when I do the sippy noise. That was the sippy. So how does Relic have 30? Yeah, Relic types a lot in chat. Relic types a lot. They're one of the more active chatters. And so yeah, if you're like an active chatter, I think then you get a... You have 9K. Author Relic's too powerful. Oh, you only have 5K left. Oh, thank God. I'm like, okay, you still have to... I'm like, you had 9K. I'm like, oh God, they're really close to getting another sippy in. Hold on. Speaking of, here's one of the other sippies. You're only jerking about the 30K. One more sippy, auntie. I'm getting there. You had to let all this settle. Oh my God. This is so many sippies. This is turning into a completely different type of stream. This is not about writing. How did this happen? Here's a sippy. I'm gonna clear sippies now. Dear God, I hope so. Yeah, Cryptid is fully hydrated. Yeah. Oh my God, that was a lot of sippies. I don't even take like little sippies too. I take like pretty big sippies. Pretty goth girl ASMR drink stream. Oh no. I was saying in some other streams too, I'm like, oh no, I can't do ASMR because some people say it attracts like a particular crowd, and I was like, oh no, I don't want to do that. I'll avoid all the ASMR, but now that you guys have your sippies. What was that? Did that pick up on the mic? Did somebody like whistle? I thought there was like a whistling sound. Oh my God, is it gonna be like one of the stupid birds? No? No, you didn't hear it? Okay. Tracking, pick me up again, I'm here. Oh God, it is the curse. For those who don't know the curse, Roots, you literally just whistled? That's crazy. Decaffeinated, I'm in your walls. But for those who don't know about the curse, Roots was a very nice younger sibling to me the other day, and they made me pizza, and I was eating the pizza while like hanging out with you guys and chatting on stream. But every slice of pizza I ate, there'd be a new tech issue or something going wrong, and each slice it kept getting worse and worse and worse until I had to end the stream early. There was so much shit going on, and I was really stressed. And it was the joke of, because it literally timed up to each time I had a new slice of pizza that Roots made me. That we called it the curse, that they cursed it. And so now I'm over here like, oh god, they did get me the thing of water. They got me the thing of water, and as soon as I'm done with all the sippies, now I'm hearing this creepy, ominous whistle sound from outside. That'd be crazy. I mean, might as well do the ASMR crowd. We already said on stream, might as well go full chaos. No, all my raccoons are so good though, and I'm worried if I appeal too much to an ASMR crowd, maybe I won't get as good raccoons. That's saying all the code words for creepy Twitch. Hopefully I'm still little enough. I haven't. I'm a little channel. Please, no. Decaffeinate's outside the window right now. I mean, I wanted your avatar and bed would be a fun. Would be a. Wait. Get you a gat. Yeah. It's really funny though. But no, like honestly, like, I'm a Florida cryptid. I'm a Central Florida cryptid. I'm your local cryptid because I'm on your screen. That's how I'm everyone's local cryptid. But in reality, I am a Florida cryptid, right? And not gonna lie, it's Texas and like Florida. That would be the last place I would ever want to be like somebody creepy trying to break into a house, or like be doing creepy stuff outside someone's house, because like that's how you get got. Send in the daddies. Alert, send in the ASMR. Alert, send in the Onis. Not the Onis. You're in the north? Oh, okay. Ashina, no? Oh, it's about the sound earlier, you don't hear it? But no, like Texas, here in Florida, there are certain places where I'm like, absolutely not. That would be the last place you want to be doing creepy shit outside someone's house, because they're just gonna make sure you get got. You ain't gonna live to tell the tale. Did you guys see how smooth that was? I'm starting to recognize now when the audio track for this lo-fi is over, and right before it finishes, I restarted it. Did you see that? I'm so smooth. That's like, I'm like a professional now. You heard a whistle, so you ain't tripping? You heard it just now? I didn't hear one just now. I only heard it the first time, but yeah. What was like a really loud one? It might just be one of the neighbors calling their dogs. They do that. So proud of you. Yeah, I'm professional. Both of you, maybe Roots. There was like a whole police chase thingamajig outside the house once, and you didn't know. You didn't know. One time I was locked outside the house, motherfucker, and I was banging on the door, and I was calling you, and I was using the Destiny to call you because you have a Destiny room, and I was using that, and I was throwing things at your window, and I was shouting at you, and it was like over half an hour. It was almost an hour, like Roots. And you woke up to it. You didn't let me in. Shut the fuck up. Oh, it just takes your message. That's right. You had the delay with your messages right now. It's all good. You know what? I bet it's Roots doing all this whistling. The fact that when I got inside the house, I did not decide to fulfill the Cain instinct and become an only child. That's what gives me Sister of the Year. Yeah, you can't whistle. I can't really whistle either. Yeah, but I was so mad because they admitted when they eventually did let me in that they did wake up to some of the stuff. They did wake up to the, if you hear me say Destiny, it's what we call Alexa. But I just don't want to activate her, so we call her Destiny when we don't want to activate her. So I was doing it, they're like, oh yeah, the Destiny was activating, it was waking me up. I just thought it was like Papa Cryptid like messing with us from his phone. So I woke up to it and then I just went back to sleep. And like I was throwing stuff at your window and they were like, yeah, that was weird. It's like, you Fuck you, Roots. Fuck you. Fine, here's your fucking sippy. I hope you take a shot every time I say sippy. Go, bitch. Fuck you. You cursed it. Only cryptid follower? So I heard this is only stream. Wait, this this has to be. This has to be. Relic, is this you just in a different account? No. Well, first off, welcome to the stream. Welcome to Cryptid Cult. No. No, please. I'm not appropriating Oni culture. Please, no. It's all lies. You think I make extra accounts? That's so specific. Come on, it has to be, right? It has to be you. Please tell me it's you. Please tell me it's you. No. No, please, I don't want the Yonis to come for me. I never said anything. It wasn't me. It's Author Relic. He's the one doing... No, it's Author Relic. Please. Please, no. I'm gonna get canceled by the Onis. Thanks for joining. Thanks for the follow. Oh my god. It might be. But yeah, no, please. I'm not a... Cancelled. Oh. Oh my god, wait, it's pulling up now. I need you guys to understand on my screen. I don't know if it shows on your screen. It's showing Oni Cryptid follower now. Not in the first messages, but now as a possible ban evader. The Oni hierarch is coming. Yeah, but it's literally showing it. So when Oni Cryptid follower first joined, it was fine, but now the newer messages, it has a possible ban evader. That's really funny. Oh, sent me on another. Be careful, yeah, because that wasn't me at all. I didn't do anything, but like the I think it's like an auto detect thing. It's being like, wait, what? Why is there another account? But just be careful. I don't want the auto detect stuff to do anything to you. That's really funny though. I'm over here like, oh god, I'm gonna get canceled. Please no. I know I'm pretty good with the other cryptids, but the Onis, like, please, they're their own society on the other side. They have their own culture. No. They're gonna get so mad at me. What were we saying before all the sippies? That was weird, guys. You know what was really weird? Whatever weird kink you guys had trying to make me drink that much water. That was the weird stuff. That's why I had to bring it up to 10k. I was over here like, oh no, 500's like perfectly fine. That still sounds like a lot. That's like a little fun thing. And who's really gonna do a hydrate thing? That's what I was thinking. I was on, my stupid ass was gonna just put that on like 50 because I'm like, oh, 50 sounds fine. That sounds normal. There really is an Oni community on X? What? Whenever you say it's on X, if it's on the Twitter thing, I just automatically... That's my default reaction. Oh, it must be toxic. I think that's just the stereotype now with like the Twitter X thing, right? Like if there's just so much toxicity over there. I'm not even sure if I have a... Imagine having a water drink kink. Yeah, that's gonna be... We're gonna upload this to YouTube later. And then randomly I'm gonna suddenly get followers on that VOD channel. And then it's gonna turn out like, why am I getting all these followers on the VOD channel? No one really watches the VOD channel. Like, what's going on there? And then it's gonna turn out like some clip of all the sippies went around. And that's what got me all the new followers. Someone enjoyed it too much. Next story time. Hey, don't judge me. Hey, we listen and we don't judge. Yeah. Okay, are we doing next story time? And I had to get up on the Discord. So I'm on a different screen real quick. This is... Let me refresh it. chapters 1 through 3 of the book you're writing. Feel free to leave feedback. Is it that one? Because I see, that was the fanfic of Cryptid and Commander Roots. Oh my god, Noxley had the little Mothman. Now it's actually funny seeing other people besides Roots use Mothman, because now I'm used to the Mothman just being like Roots and their friend. And now I'm like, oh yeah, other people have it now. You read the first 3 pages of chapter 1. So is it this one? Here, there's a note. Okay, wait, I had to get this all, and I had to log into it over here. I think that's what I had to do. Story submissions. Here we go. And then if I go here, I'm gonna set it all up. I'm so great. I'm so look at me go. Look at me go. Look at all this. Oh my god, look at that. That was so fast. I set it all up. You guys are all jealous of how fast I'm changing screens. This is honestly really hard because, again, it is 3 monitors, and some of them have multiple tabs. Like, the third monitor has half of it be the Twitch chat, and the other half is the second OBS. So it's like 3 screens, and some of the screens are showing multiple things. So that's actually really hard for me to figure out, like, oh wait, where do I go? How do I set this up? I mean, that peanut butter is really messing you up. You should drink some water. Hydrate or dihydrate. Michael Boulder, you take some sippies. So Charlie had so many sippies. Drink more. Revenge. Man, can you imagine? I should get points. I should be able to redeem points against my raccoons and be like, nope. Now you guys have to do something. Now you guys have to take a sippy. Now you guys have to write more words. So here is the copyright disclaimer and the fair use notice. And then the note that this has not been professionally edited. This is just the rough draft. I think we've read the blurb before. And then, what did you say? You read the first 3 pages of chapter 1. So, okay. We did 1, 2, 3. Are we continuing with chapter 1 for a bit? Sorry, I'm just like scrolling mindlessly real quick. You can take points from us and give points to us. That's what I want to do the stars system for on Discord. I want to give like little gold stars for every time you guys did something good. Or like, you know, just like little point rewards things. The points are useless. It doesn't do anything. But I thought it would be funny. Like, oh, somebody did this really cool thing in chat. They were really nice. They helped show me how to, you know, like delete a bot comment or something. Like, here's 5 gold stars. Or oh, somebody spammed the sippy stuff. Minus 200 stars. And it would just be like a little thing where I keep track of like little star points. But Root said that might not like do anything since the points don't mean anything. And I'm like, oh, I thought people might like stars. We do research for bots to add to the Discord that can do that for you. I'll get in touch with Roots. Oh, poor Roots. It's okay, Roots, you got this. But yeah, like, I'm like too overwhelmed to add the bots. Even Roots is like, oh god, what is all this bot stuff? I don't know. They added a few bots to Discord because people asked them to. Should I go sew or try to sleep? So the thing is, me and Mama Cryptid always say no late night sewing, no sleepy sewing, because that's when you always do. That's when you always do stupid shit. That's when you do your French seams backwards. That's when you think you cut something with a half-inch seam allowance, but it really should have been a 1/4-inch seam allowance. Oh, but your brother's still being loud. That's when no, it's just me being toxic. My first thought is that's when you go behind him and you try to like say distracting things to mess with their game. Oh no, but I'm toxic. Don't listen to me. Don't take that as real advice. That's just me being the little devil cryptid on your shoulder, being like, go behind them. Tell them. Do a loud noise behind them to scare them and break their concentration. Oh my god, that's me. Hi T, it's good to see you. Alrighty, so
We have read the first 3 pages before, but I know some people here might not have been here for when we read the first 3 pages. So do we want to reread the 3 pages and then maybe continue on and do like the first 6? You're free from Cryptid's basement? I never locked you in the basement, and if I did, you should be too scared to mention it. Okay. If anyone's over here talking about their imprisonment, you will be imprisoned again. Not that I ever imprisoned anyone. But if I did, you shouldn't mention it. You vote for 1 full chapter. Are we going to read all of chapter 1? It looks like it's 10 pages. How does everyone feel about that? Should I restart the music? That way I make sure it doesn't stop halfway through. There we go. Okay. And if any of you guys have because I'll be reading all of this like just kind of straight. And again, it's like a rough read. It's just an off-the-cuff read. So I might not be able to provide feedback about specific things. Gosh, you would love to submit your whole chapter 1? Well, I mean, if we're doing this, yeah. The only thing, since now I know, I haven't updated the rules yet, and that's my fault. But yeah, I think if people are interested in submitting bigger things, we can increase the limit. And the only thing I ask is God, what am I trying to say? My brain's blanking out. I try not to read too spicy stuff or content about spicy stuff. I'm pretty okay with like the murder stuff and like generally it doesn't have to be like for children, right? It can be more mature. But I would prefer not to read like spicy mature stuff on stream. So but yeah, as long as it's not like spicy, then yeah. No saxophone stuff. But yeah, and that's just a comfort thing for me. I'm honestly fine reading. It just felt a little embarrassing trying to read it on stream. I was like, oh wait. And that's something you don't know until you do it, and then you're like, oh, okay. So it's not like no one was in trouble for that. It wasn't a bad thing. I just didn't know. So yeah, I had to update the rules, so just no spicy content. But otherwise, yeah. Yeah, and I think that's fine. Just if my voice does get tired reading out, don't be upset if I had to stop a little early before I read like a whole chapter, because my voice is like kind of hurting me doing this 30-day challenge and doing this much talking. But yeah, I think that's fine. So Zaya, I hope I said the username right, Zaya. Yeah, if you want to do a whole chapter, yeah, you can go ahead and submit it. I'm not sure if I can get to it today. We'll see how my voice does. I might be able to get to it today. If not, then I will be in the Discord and we can do it tomorrow. So, chapter 1. Oh wait, I had to hold up the microphone. I'm taking a sip, I'll hold up the microphone. Sorry, this might be funny noises because I'm lifting up the microphone. So what's spicy? Are we talking about like 50 Shades or like Twilight? Because some people think Twilight is spicy. Twilight was like Fade to Black in the last book, wasn't it? I don't remember if I never read the Edward's point of view one, but from what I remember, it was like Fade to Black. So that was pretty okay. I don't remember it having an actual spicy scene because she's like Mormon. There's a scene where they talk. They like mention that they broke the bed. And they like look back and they realize it, but it's not like super spicy. I would think like something like Twilight would be fine. But like something like 50 Shades of Grey, I would prefer not to read on stream, but you're still allowed to like put it in Discord to see if other people would like to give edits. Or you're allowed to send it to me, and when I had the free time, I feel so bad. I said I would give the other person the edits today, and I haven't done it yet. When I have free time, I can always look at it, and I can just give you personal edits in like a DM or something. I just might not like reading that on stream. I've only ever read the first book, and it just wasn't for me. Just I was the target demographic when it came out. I was a young. Was I even a teenager, or was I a preteen teenager? You enjoy the movies? Oh man, I didn't like the movies at all. That's so funny. But I think I was just the target demographic at that time, and I liked it because it had vampires. And by the end of it, I think I finished the series. At least whatever was in Bella's point of view. I finished the series because I liked finishing series. Normally if I start something, I like finishing the series if I can. What is the camera doing? Get down over here. Okay. But in general, I don't always like movie adaptations. The cringe. It's just one of those things. But yeah. And it's okay, like when some people get like really anxious about admitting about liking something when they were younger that they find cringe now or they find bad now. But honestly, it's like, yeah, I was younger, I was cringe. That doesn't fucking matter, that's fine. It was okay that I liked stupid shit back then. It's okay that I like stupid shit now, as long as it makes you happy. Listen, you were forced to go see Twilight New Moon by your mom, your aunt, and your little cousin Ellie. And right when the title of New Moon came up, your aunt leaned over and said, "Is that the new moon?" Then I watched the movies as they are, okay? You walked up to a girl and she was reading that book, didn't know what it was, so you asked her and blushed. It was quite comical in hindsight. Yeah. But yeah, I think sometimes like people try to hide the fact they like cringe stuff. And it's like, no, like that's part of life, man. You're not always gonna be perfectly all the time cool and up to the latest things, and you're gonna like stupid, silly shit. Even if it's not like cringe per se, even if it's just something stupid, even if it's just something weird. And I've always like been okay with being weird, so I think I've always been okay with being cringe too. It just doesn't matter. So even if I don't like stuff now, I'm still like really open about liking it before. Like oh my god, what's some other stuff I like? Like I never finished Homestuck because I was back reading Homestuck back when it was like on all the hiatuses, right? Back when the fandom was crazy from each hiatus. Younger kids who like read it now, they don't have the hiatus culture. But I remember like being a younger Cryptid in high school, and I was really into Homestuck with a lot of friends, right? And that's like a cringe thing now. But like, did it bring me a lot of joy back then, having that like fandom and like having the friends read that stuff and we like would talk about things every time there was an update? Yeah, it was great. It was fun. Oh my god. You're editing it right now. That scared me. I'm like, what is on my happening to my screen? It scared me. I see you. That's so funny. It really scared me for a second. I'm like, what is that thing on my screen? But no, I think people need to embrace the weird. I think people need to embrace the cringe. I think people need to like be nicer to their past selves for liking stuff that current selves don't like. Loads of over-the-head comments for you because you were chasing a girl and didn't notice, man, the things you do in high school. Oh yeah, high school is crazy. High school is literally crazy. The stuff that you do, the stuff other people do, the stuff that's normal, the stuff that like is the end of the world. High school is like this weird time. It really is. What are you doing in there, Roots?
Cooking.
What you cooking? Sauce? A common basic condiment?
And chicken.
And chicken? And chicken? Is it any chicken Cryptid would like?
Maybe.
Maybe? Extra burnt?
No.
Oh. If you do it right. I don't know if you guys can hear Roots. They're just answering back to me real quick. They're in the kitchen right next to me. If there's an extra crispy piece of chicken, could it be a sacrifice for me?
Okay.
Thank you. I love you. Also note the story is a psychological horror / small town cult mystery style book. If you have any feedback, post to the writing channel, or you can tell you here or DM you. Yep. So again, since I'm reading so much, I might not be able to stop and give like a particular critique about a spot. So if you guys notice anything, as long as you guys aren't mean, but again, like this isn't like a baby. This isn't a baby form where you have to tell somebody they're like perfect and it's wonderful and it's flawless. This is a place that welcomes critique. Just don't like. Just don't be an asshole. But like, you can give actual valuable critique here. Everyone's really good, and I'm really proud of you, raccoons. Thank you for letting me share my work. Feel free to absolutely say it for next stream if you get tired. Will do. Do you want any notifications or a message if I do have to read it next stream? That way you can be sure you're on to see it. I know some people are worried about missing their critique. You're 34, you can take it, you're tough. Yeah, once you hit like near 30s, it's like, oh, you don't give a shit anymore. You're actually like a grown up now. I thought when you were in when I was in my 20s, I thought being in your 20s was a grown up, and now I'm like, oh no, I was still a baby. I was still doing all this stupid shit. Now that I'm like, now that I'm as the VTuber community's called, now that I'm hag age, it's like, oh, I'm actually everything got a little bit better. Isn't that crazy? There's always the VODs and no worries. Okay. If I do that, I'll like leave you a message like, hey, I don't know if you're on stream or not, or on chat, but like, hey, I did review the work, just in case it's for tomorrow. Because I never want people to like miss out on their critique. So, Chapter 1, The Midnight Call. The rain hadn't stopped since sunset. A thin, gray drizzle that didn't wash the city clean so much as smear its filth into the cracks. It rolled down brick walls darkened by exhaust and old graffiti, pooled in the potholes, and carried a skin of oil across the asphalt where headlights bent and twisted like fever dreams. It soaked the glass storefronts, turned alleys into mirrors, and clung to every face that passed beneath the lamps. The streets glistened like open wounds, slick, reflective, breathing. And beneath the tired neon hum, Detroit glimmered the way an old scar does under light. Not beautiful, not healing, just there. Proof that something once hurt, and never quite closed. Steam coiled up from manholes and sewer grates, breathing through the cracks in the asphalt. The air smelled of gasoline and rust, and somewhere underneath, the faint copper tang of something older. On the corners, neon signs buzzed through the downpour, sputtering color into the darkness. Miller High Life on tap. Adult books, live shows, 24-hour auto parts. Their glow mixed with the wet reflection of police lights miles away, painting the puddles red and blue. Officer Lawrence Grimes sat in his patrol car, watching it all, the window cracked just enough for smoke to drift out. The cruiser, a 1981 Ford LTD Crown Victoria, idled on the curb, its engine humming steadily, wipers dragging tired arcs across the windshield. The heater wheezed out lukewarm air that smelled faintly of mildew. The roof light ticked softly as rain pinged off the metal housing. 8 years on the job, and he still preferred the slow nights. The long, empty ones where the city seemed to hold its breath. He'd come to recognize Detroit's moods the way a man knows the moods of a sick friend. It wasn't dying quickly. It was lingering. He drew on his cigarette and exhaled toward the side window, watching his reflection blur in the fogged glass. 29. Sharp eyes. Worn down early. His hair was beginning to gray at the temples, though the street lights made it look silver instead of tired. The city made everyone look older. Across the street, a bus groaned to a stop. Its doors opened with a sigh, and a single passenger stepped off, a woman in a factory jacket, clutching a lunch pail. She hurried under her umbrella, head down, shoes splashing through the gutter. The bus pulled away, belching exhaust that hung low under the streetlights like fog. The police radio muttered softly in the background. Static and muffled voices. Unit 7 responding. No injuries reported. Copy. Stand by. The sound was as much a part of the city as the rain, a constant pulse in Grimes' nights, like distant thunder that never stopped. Beside him in the passenger seat sat Luke Waters, fresh out of the academy. 21, new badge smell still on him. The kid talked just to fill the quiet. Never seen it this dead, he said, watching the rain beat on the glass. Feels like the whole damn city's asleep. Grimes didn't look over. It doesn't sleep. It just hides. Waters gave a nervous laugh. You always talk like that? Only when I mean it. The younger cop chuckled, rubbing his palms together. Guess I got a lot to learn. Grimes didn't answer. He flicked his cigarette ash into an old styrofoam cup half full of day-old coffee. The ember hissed and went dark. A gospel hymn drifted faintly from a basement church down the block. The kind of sound you only notice when the rain slowed for a breath. A woman's voice rose over the others, soft and warm, singing about forgiveness. It echoed through the wet streets, threading between the alleyways. Grimes leaned his head back, eyes half closed, listening. There was something about Detroit's nights that never sat right, a balance between decay and defiance. You could feel it in the bones of the buildings. Factories turned into shelters, storefronts papered over with eviction notices, windows glowing with the static light of televisions. No one was really watching. The city wasn't dead yet. It was still fighting, still breathing, but it wheezed with every breath. A siren wailed somewhere far off. Ambulance, not police. Grimes followed it out of habit, eyes unfocused, listening to the pitch rise and fall as it wound through the wet streets. The sound stretched thin, warped by the rain, then sank back into the city's hum like it had never been there at all. Waters shifted in his seat. My fiancé says I should put in for the day shift. Says this place looks different in the sunlight. It doesn't, Grimes said. You ever think about quitting? Grimes rolled the cigarette between his fingers. Every morning before I go to work. The Wookiee grinned, trying to take it as a joke, but Grimes' tone didn't have a joke in it. He turned the radio down a notch, preferring the sound of the rain. Drops traced crooked lines down the windshield, warping the view of the city. A payphone flickered on the corner, its bulb stuttering. A stray dog trotted by, ribs visible, shaking the rain off before ducking into an alley. Somewhere in the distance, metal clanged. A trash can or a door slammed shut by the wind. Detroit spoke in sounds most people ignored, but Grimes could read every line of it. Steam hissed through the cracks, a whisper of warmth in a city built on cold. Neon buzzed low, calling to the restless and the drunk. And when the radio went quiet, when even the streets stopped to listen, that's when he knew something was about to give. He'd learned early not to mistake stillness for peace. Quiet streets didn't mean safety. They just meant the noise hadn't found you yet. He sat there a while, watching the rain slide down the windshield in crooked trails, the drops racing each other until they vanished into the wiper's lazy arc. His fingers moved on their own, tapping the steering wheel, counting seconds. A habit he didn't remember starting. The city was breathing again, low and steady, and for a moment he matched his own rhythm to it. The hum of the engine under his palm, the heater's rattle, the whisper of the rain against the metal, it all came together like a song he'd been hearing for years and never learned the words to. He reached for another cigarette, thumb brushing the cardboard pack before shaking one loose. He lit it off the dashboard lighter, the tiny flare painting his face in brief, tired orange. The glow caught the creases under his eyes, the faint gray at his temples, the moisture beading on his coat collar. Then he exhaled, and the light went out, leaving only the red ember and the sound of rain. He drew in again, slower this time. Let the smoke sit in his lungs until it burned. Maybe it kept him warm. Maybe it was just something to do. Outside, the rain began to change its rhythm. Sharper now, drumming harder on the hood, pinging against the antenna. The sound filled the car, steady and alive. and under that rhythm, faint, almost lost beneath the static, the radio stirred. Unit 3-4, copy? Grimes blinked as if waking from a long, gray dream. He looked out at the street, empty again, except for the shifting reflections of neon on the puddles. He stubbed out his cigarette, reached for the handset, and brought it to his mouth. "Go ahead," he said, voice rough, calm, already bracing for whatever came next. The radio crackled again, a soft pulse through the static. Unit 3-4, respond. Domestic disturbance. 892 Jefferson Boulevard. Neighbors report screaming. Possible child present. Her tone was flat, but not indifferent. Just efficient. Clipped. The way she read every bad call. Grimes could picture her back at the precinct, cigarette burning down in an ashtray beside the switchboard. Coffee going cold. Kathy didn't waste words. She never had to. When she said screaming, she meant it wasn't just another argument. Grimes glanced at the clock. 1:58 a.m. He knew Jefferson. A narrow stretch of broken pavement hemmed in by sagging row houses and flickering porch lights. A street that always seemed a little darker than the rest, even when the power was working. The kind of place where the mail stopped getting delivered on time, where the kids learned early to duck when voices got loud. Half the block was owned by the wrong kind of men. The kind who called each other sir when cops were around, and boss when they weren't. Loan sharks, small-time hustlers, muscle for the old mob families that still had a toe in Detroit. Grimes had been there a dozen times over the years. Break-ins, overdoses, the occasional missing person who didn't stay missing for long. Pause? Chapter got duplicated? Oh no! Oh no! What is this? Restricted. Oh, Roots, do you see this? There's like a thingamajig in chat. Hold on. Maybe I can do it? Yeah? If you can't do it, I'll go ahead and block them, now that I know. Block. I think only we can see it. Oh, that's good. Do we still delete it if we can only see it? I don't know. Oh no, we're good. Never mind. Okay. Okay, there you go. You banned them. Thank you. Not you, right? Like there's a restricted user. I think only me and Roots can see them. You were reading my screen. It looked like something was duplicated. Oh no. Yeah, that's one of the crazy things with all these screens, right? That's why it's really intimidating that I have 3 of them. Okay, but yeah, so we caught up to where we left off before. We ended it at, he knew Jefferson. That's where we ended it before. So now everything's new. Everything's new and exciting. Your screen is so small with the font. Oh, is my font too little? I can make it bigger. Maybe it's view? Maybe I can't make it bigger. Hold on. Select all. Never mind. I don't know how to make it bigger. I thought I could help, and then I'm like, nope, never mind. I can't. My bad. So hold on. I'm moving the mic around because I'm literally holding it in my hand to bring it a little closer. So hopefully you guys can hear me a bit better. But yeah. Oh, wait. Hold on, putting the mic down. Sorry, everybody. Sorry. Where's ketchup? I need ketchup. Is it in the living room? I don't know. You're working on your play again finally. That's really exciting, T. Sorry, we're taking a quick little pause.
Roots has sacrificed a piece of crispy chicken for me. I'm really excited. Where's ketchup? Is it on the kitchen counter? Is it... Okay, everybody, hold on. Everyone be a good raccoon. Everyone's gonna be a good, well-behaved raccoon. I'm gonna go look for ketchup real quick. Hold on. Everyone behave. You found? It was right there. It was right there in the fridge where you first looked. Hmm? Was hiding. But no, T, that's really exciting. What are you... Oh my god. If I now can't open... Oh my god, that's really funny. I was gonna be a dick and like try like really hard to open it just to pretend it was easy, but it actually really was easy. I'm so sorry. I love you. That's really funny. So yeah, everyone hold on a second. Everyone behave with the nice. But no, T, that's really exciting. I'm glad you're having fun working on your play again. That's really good. I always want people, like, sometimes I think we get stressed sometimes trying to focus on just one work, and if we don't get that one work accomplished in the 30 days of November or whatever, then we feel bad. And it's like, no, like, the entire point of this is just encouragement to do the writing that you want, to get stuff done. Even if you, like, change projects midway through. Even if you change it, even if you realize you want to write something different. I always want people just to have fun during this. Hello, hello, welcome to the chat. I'm not getting anything finished this month in general. Sad. It shouldn't be sad. You're exploring a lot of other things. You're exploring a lot of other things that your brain does want to play with. You know what I mean? How are you doing? We're doing really good. We're actually reading story time in a minute. We have a Discord and people can submit their own writing. Whatever stage is in, whether or not you're plotting, whether or not you're doing outlines, whether it's a rough draft or a later draft. And we read a few pages on stream. And then we give like a little critique. We give 1 or 2 critiques for them to work on something next time if they want critique. You're pushing to have the story done by end of December? Wow, that's a lot of work. But hey, I'm glad that you're not trying to rush yourself by end of November. I'm like, November, that's a crazy tight deadline. That would be really stressful. Giving yourself the extra month of December to really work on those extra chapters, because I know you still have a lot of chapters to go through. That's a lot better. I'm busy in general, so I didn't have much time to write. Yeah, take it easy with yourself. Understand where you are. It's not like necessarily like a 50K goal. It's just whatever goal works with your lifestyle. It's just the encouragement to get back into doing this creative outlet you want to do. How's your streaming going? It's really good. I love all my chatters in here, and I call them all my raccoons. They're all wonderful, and it's really great. What? Roots is in the other room. They're telling me to take another sippy. But no, everyone here is wonderful raccoons, and I'm really blessed and honored. Like, I'm really grateful, because I haven't even been streaming for 30 days. And it's just because of everyone, like, tuning in and listening and chatting with me and stuff and hanging out that we're already affiliate. And we already have, like, subscribers and stuff. Like, that's insane. That's insane. I fully expected just to do the grind, to do the hustle of a year. And slowly work up. Do you stream daily? During November, I am. Yeah, so every day of November, I've been streaming. Except for like 2 sick days when I was really, really bad. But otherwise, yep, every single day of November, I'll be streaming. And then in December, it will be just a couple days a week. It'll be like 3 days a week. In 25 days, you've gotten 17 chapters done. That's crazy. That's so much work. The more you stream, the more Twitch puts you out there. I wish I had known that when I started, because then I might not have streamed as much, right? Because I didn't expect all this attention so early when I was still learning everything. What type of games do you usually play? Right now, we mostly, November's the writing stuff. December, we'll have editing, and then I also want to get into gaming. Loki, what's the normal way to spell gray? G-R-E-Y is for Europeans. So if your setting's in Europe, they spell it G-R-E-Y. If your story is in America, it's G-R-A-Y. So that the A is for America, the E is for Europe. And any other place like Canada or some of the other continents, I wouldn't quite know. You'd have to look it up. Um, Since we were on pause, I rewrote chapter 1 a ton. After finding your stream, I've been able to move on to other chapters, not looking for perfection. That's so exciting. I hope you feel better. I hope you feel better about your writing. Just letting yourself have a rough draft, giving yourself the freedom just to be like, no, even if you never show it to anyone else. Just giving yourself the freedom to be like, oh no, I can just get my ideas out. It doesn't all have to stay jumbled in my head, and I have to make it perfect the first time, and the world's gonna know if I didn't. No, like, genuinely, be nice to yourself. Have fun. Get a really shitty rough draft out there. I promise you, so many of the authors and the writers and content creators you follow that you see these great works from, they have a shitty rough draft that they didn't show anyone. Please feel free to purposely make it more shitty if that makes it better for you. Like whatever. But I'm really happy for you that you're progressing with the story, that you're giving yourself that freedom. That's really, really awesome to hear. Just remember, you're working from home. You write as a full-time job. I have an author business starting, so I write full-time, and I'm up till about 4 a.m. editing or writing. So yeah, don't do what I do. I'm just kicking it overdrive to get this out for the new year. Yeah, that's a good point too, right? Everyone's schedules is always so different. The only reason I'm able to stream for as many hours as I do every day of November is because I'm home all the time with Roots, right? We run a business from home. Low-key, can we have Cryptid read a Juan, is it pronounced Juan? Juan or Juan Mills book? What type of book is that? Always make them up because it's so similar to the other one. Yeah. So you stream only on Twitch. Right now I do, yeah. I'm not... I'm still a baby. I'm still a little baby streamer. But yeah, right now it's only on Twitch. You know what I mean? It's just while I get used to stuff. Eventually, I've heard people saying some good things about streaming on YouTube. And I do want our YouTube channels to slowly start getting bigger, so in the future, I might look into that, but I'm in no rush for that. Okay, this is... this is enough for Cryptid right now. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I'm waiting for my little piece of chicken here to cool down before I continue reading the chapter. If I make a crunchy noise, you remember I like burnt things, so if you hear a crunch, it's just the chicken. Gee, you did an automod on your post. That's so funny. No, thank you, Sandra. No, I try not to have any advertising or any links in the chat. But oh, sorry, I'm chewing right now. This is so bad. Okay, now that I'm done chewing. Yeah. But I know there's sometimes other people who are looking for artists and stuff. Oh god, the curse. If you wanna see if anyone's ever interested in your work, they can always message you on like Discord or something. But yeah, I just try to keep the actual Twitch chat free of like advertisements or stuff like that. Yeah, can you believe I just took a bite of the chicken? I instantly started coughing. It's the curse. Yes, yeah. I'm gonna be really, really nice and assume that they're not a bot. They might be, but I'm gonna be really nice and assume not, because I always feel might be one of those scams. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, no, if they do still post something, I'll delete it. But I always feel bad because I know some people actually do type like that, and then I feel bad if I ever called someone who was a person a bot and they were a person. So I try to always approach as if they're a person, unless it's like really, really, really obviously they're a bot. Tell Sandra to say a word, and if they don't, then it's a bot. I don't care enough to really know. You know, I was polite. If they do anything else, I'll delete it. It's fine. Used to get the same chain of messages every stream. Oh god, that'd be annoying. God damn it, it's the curse. Roots cursed me with this one piece of chicken. But yeah, I always just say, like, just in case. If it's a text message, don't ever respond to that stuff. Because again, there's a lot of those bots, and there's like a lot of scam things happening with that. Emails you don't have to do in Twitch chat, like in an active chat or on Discord. I try to be nice and say stuff just in case. Yeah. And then if they are a bot afterwards, then I'm like, oh, okay, then you are a bot, and then I'll delete it. But otherwise, like, I'm not gonna instantly start hating on people just because they sound a little bot like, you know. I also know some people do type like that. Some people do interact that way. It's just part of the internet. Hold on, I'm taking a sippy. Oh my god, that was a good sippy. Not every Roots wants the inheritance for themselves. Oh no, Roots, is that why you're trying to curse me? Oh, this is really crunchy chicken. I love it. Not everyone's a bot. I had a few people offer to show me art, told them to add me on Discord, and it just turned out they were very, very small time artist who was very shy. Yeah, and see, there's stuff like that, and I never want to make somebody feel bad about stuff like that. Sometimes there's even stuff with like a language barrier. Hold on, I'm still chewing. Can you guys see in my model if I'm chewing? I don't know if you can or not. And it's just because of stuff like that where I'm like, okay. You know, you always, I think when you are interacting with people online, it always helps to approach with kindness first. You know, it makes life a little bit better. And then, hey, if it ever does turn out to be a bot, then like, oops, you're a little silly because like what I'm you're just talking back to a bot, right? Then it's just a little silly. And then you laugh it off, and it's like whatever. But if it was a person and you were being mean and calling them a bot, then you would feel bad, right? It would be like, oh wait, I didn't realize there was a person on the other end of that. I thought it was a bot. So that's just my approach to it. It's fine. Anyway, he's the last bite of chicken. Sorry. After this, we can get back to reading. Okay. I haven't died yet. It was scary there for a minute, but I'm okay. Did anyone notice? You guys can tell me. I was trying to do the voices on the radio. I tried to make it a little bit more muffled. Was it still okay? Or was that too much? Like when it was like the copy 3-4 and stuff like that. I don't know if you guys could tell. I was trying to muffle my voice a little bit so it sounded a little bit more like the radio. Maybe you guys couldn't tell at all. Maybe I'm overthinking things. Oh no. That'd be funny. I love when you're really descriptive, Roots, and you help me and you like verbalize stuff and it tells me information a little bit. Like a little bit you could tell, or like a little bit it wasn't good. I love having a younger sibling. I love having a younger sibling. They're very helpful. They give me wonderful things like chicken. They get drinks for me. They're really helpful. They're a great family member. A little bit I could tell. Okay. So I could have done it more without it. I was worried about like doing it too hard, and then people being like, what the fuck happened with Cryptid's audio? So I just did up. Shut up, you're eating chicken. Okay. Are we all ready to continue story time? So, where did we leave? I'll start off with this sentence again. So if I reread a few words, it's fine. It's fine. What's my music doing? We still have time. Okay. And if I try to keep a slight eye on chat, I might not be able to respond while I'm reading. But if you guys do notice any audio issues or something, just feel free to mention it in chat. I'll try to keep an eye out for it. Okay. Half the block was owned by the wrong kind of men. The kind who called each other sir when cops were around, and boss when they weren't. Loan sharks, small-time hustlers, muscle for the old mob families that still had a toe in Detroit. Grimes had been there a dozen times over the years. Break-ins, overdoses, the occasional missing person who didn't stay missing for long.
In the passenger seat, Waters sat up straight, his rookie energy flickering back to life. "That's us," he said, already reaching for the mic. "You want me to?" Grimes took it from him gently. 4-3. Copy that. En route. He replaced the handset and set the car in gear. The tires hissed as they rolled off the curb. The wipers beat slow, tired arcs across the glass. Outside, the world blurred into a wash of red taillights and sodium glow. Waters checked his sidearm, tried to sound casual. "Domestic, huh?" "Probably drunk husband, something stupid." Grimes said nothing. He'd answered enough stupid calls to know how fast they turned fatal. They cut through side streets, passing boarded storefronts and half-lit signs. A hand-painted banner drooped from a church fence. "Revival this Sunday." A homeless man pushed a cart under an awning, watching them go by with the blank calm of someone who'd seen everything twice. Inside the cruiser, the heater groaned and clicked, blowing more cold than warm. Grimes didn't bother fixing it. His eyes stayed forward, following the way the rain distorted the city. Lights smearing, shadows bending. Waters broke the silence again. "You ever get used to it? The late calls." Grimes took a drag of smoke, and the window cracked just enough to vent the air. "You get used to pretending you're used to it." Waters nodded, uncertain if it was wisdom or a warning. The radio hissed softly, then quieted. Only the engine and the rain remained. The longer they drove, the more the city seemed to fold in around them, buildings leaning close, alleys swallowing their own lights. Every corner they turned felt more narrow than the last. "Jefferson should be up ahead," Waters said, squinting at the street signs through the blur. Grimes slowed the car. The wipers smeared the glass more than they cleaned it. A group of figures loitered under a broken awning. 3 men passing a bottle, laughter muffled by the storm. They watched the cruiser pass, faces hidden in the dark. The laughter followed them down the block until it was lost to the rain. "Cut the siren," Grimes said. "We'll take it quietly." Waters nodded and flipped the switch. The sudden absence of sound was startling, the world collapsing into nothing but rain and engine noise. The street narrowed again, chain link fences, flickering porch lights, yards gone wild with weeds. Grimes' eyes tracked the house numbers as they passed. 886, 888, 890. He felt the shift before he saw it, the faint electric charge that ran through him on every call that could go bad. The sense that the air had changed temperature. He pulled the cruiser to the curb. The address sat ahead of them, a narrow duplex with a single light burning upstairs. For a moment, neither man moved. The wipers squeaked one last time and stopped. Waters reached for the door handle. "You want me to?" Grimes shook his head. "We go together." They stepped out into the rain, the doors thudding shut behind them, the city's breath closing in. Jefferson was quieter than it had any right to be. The kind of street that held its breath when cops showed up, row houses pressed shoulder to shoulder, gutters spilling over, curtains drawn tight. Somewhere down the block, a radio played low, a Motown song, barely holding its melody through the storm. The glow of a single upstairs bulb guided them toward 892. The house looked smaller than he remembered. 2 stories of peeling gray paint and boarded windows, a porch sagging toward the street. A rusted tricycle lay on its side in the mud, one wheel still spinning from the wind. The curtains upstairs shifted, just once, like something moving behind them. Waters' voice came out tight. You want me to call for backup? Grimes shook his head. Not yet. His tone was quiet but final. He wanted the picture clear before the rest of the city came knocking. They started up the walkway. Mud clung to their shoes, the weather sucking at each step. The porch groaned under their weight. Somewhere inside, a television murmured, the bright, tinny sound of a cartoon. It was almost cheerful. Grimes lifted his hand and knocked twice. Slow, deliberate. Detroit Police Department, he called out, voice low and steady. Open the door. The sound of his knuckles against the wood echoed down the street, dull and wet in the rain. No one answered. No footsteps. No movement. Just the whisper of water running down the porch steps and the faint buzz of a dying streetlight overhead. He knocked again, harder this time. Police, come to the door. The second sound of knocks sounded different, hollower, like the house had exhaled. Then came a noise from deep within, a thud. Something heavy dropped or thrown, followed by a dragging sound, wood scraping against wood, and then silence so complete it made Grimes' heartbeat sound too loud in his ears. Waters' voice came out small. You hear that? Grimes gave a slow nod, eyes fixed on the door. Yeah. He leaned closer, every instinct tuned to the quiet. Through the thin barrier of wet wood came faint movement. The shuffle of feet across the floorboards, quick and uneven. Then a pause, a breath, a whisper he couldn't quite make out. And underneath it all, a softer sound. Someone crying. A woman, maybe. The kind of crying that came from trying not to make noise. Grimes' jaw tightened. His hand hovered near his weapon. The air felt heavier now, charged. Like the house itself was holding something inside it that didn't want to stay contained. Then the lock clicked once. The door cracked open, barely an inch. A woman's face appeared in the narrow gap. Pale, eyes wide, hair plastered to her cheeks. A split lip, a bruise darkening along her jaw. Her voice barely carried over the rain. He's got a gun. Grimes' hand went to the doorknob. Where is he? Her mouth moved, but the words didn't come out. Behind her, something crashed, glass shattering, a chair tipping. She flinched back. That was enough. Grimes shoved the door open with his shoulder. It swung wide and slammed the wall, the sound sharp in the small space. Detroit Police, he barked. Make yourself known. He stepped inside, gun drawn, eyes scanning corners. Waters, right side, he said. The rookie moved as told, his flashlight cutting through the room. Rain from their coats dripped onto the floor, mixing with something darker. The man stepped out of the dark. Big frame, gun in hand, a smirk that said he'd already decided how this was going to end. Grimes recognized him before the light caught his face. Bishop, a member of the Salvatore crime family, rank capo. Waters inhaled sharply beside him. Drop it. Bishop smiled cruelly. You first. The cartoon on the television reached its laugh track. Bright, mechanical laughter filling the silence between heartbeats. And then everything erupted at once. The gunshot was thunder in a coffin-sized room. The muzzle flash lit the walls white for half a second, freezing every face in that instant. Waters flinching, Bishop's grin splitting wider, the woman's mouth open mid-scream. Then came the chaos. Waters went down first. No sound, just a wet, stunned movement, his body jerking backwards as crimson sprayed the air. His flashlight clattered across the floor, spinning, throwing fractured light against the wallpaper. Okay. Grimes' training took over before thought could. He dropped low, gun out, returning fire. 2 rounds, center mass, 1 more to the head. The room exploded with echo. Glass shattered. Plaster dust filled the air like smoke. Then silence again. A silence so sudden, it felt deafening. The television kept playing, the cartoon voices warped under the ringing in his ears. The smell of gunpowder mixed with the copper stink of blood. Grimes' breath came slow, mechanical. He kept the gun up, sweeping the corners. Movement made of habit, not hope. The woman was crying somewhere near the front doorway, one hand over her mouth. Her daughter peeked from behind her legs, eyes wide. Hold on. Grimes' focus drifted. Not to the bodies. Not even to the blood. His eyes found the cigarette smoldering on the floor where Bishop had stood. It hissed as a drop of rain fell through the broken window and hit it. He holstered his weapon. The sound of the metal slide clicking back into place felt too loud in the room. Waters was on the floor, throat open where the bullet had caught him. He was trying to speak, but the sound came out in bubbles. Grimes knelt beside him. The kid's eyes were wide. The same eyes that had been asking questions about the weather an hour ago. "You're okay," Grimes said automatically, his voice sounding foreign, distant. "You're okay, kid. Hold on." But Waters' hands had already gone slack. Grimes stayed there a moment, kneeling in the blood, the room pulsing around him. The cartoon finally ended. Static flooding the speakers. White noise filling every corner like fog. The woman's sobs broke the rhythm of it all. Jagged, uneven, alive. Grimes' hand found the radio on his shoulder almost by instinct. His voice came out low, shaking but controlled. Pure training overriding panic. "Dispatch, this is Unit 343. Shots fired. Officer down. Repeat. Officer down. Suspect neutralized. Need a supervisor and medical at my location. 892 Jefferson Boulevard." Static hissed for a beat before Kathy's voice cut through. Steady, but sharper now. "Copy that. 4-3. Officer down. All units respond. Supervisor en route. Hold position." Grimes exhaled through his nose, the sound like a sigh he hadn't realized he'd been holding. The world around him had narrowed to flashes, the buzz of the light, the rasp of the woman's breathing, the soft squeak of his boots against the wet floor. He turned toward the girl, small, maybe 6, hair matted to her cheeks. She hadn't moved. Her hands clutched a stuffed bear, its seams torn, fur streaked with blood. Grimes crouched in front of her, voice barely a whisper. "You're safe now," he said. She didn't blink. Didn't seem to breathe, just stared past him as if the gunfire were still echoing in her head. Outside, sirens began to rise. Faint at first, then building. Closer. The sound twisted through the rain and broken glass, pulsing in time with the lights flickering overhead. Grimes straightened slowly, gaze moving across the wreckage. Waters' body, Bishop's, The overturned furniture, the shattered lamp bleeding light across the floor. The front door hung crooked on its hinges, letting the storm in. Rain swept through the window, running in thin rivers across the tile, turning red as it mixed with the blood. It pooled around his boots. Gray, black, crimson. Till it all became one color. He lit a cigarette with shaking hands. How many pages is this? The lighter flame trembled, flickered out, came back. He drew in smoke, held it deep in his lungs until his eyes watered. It didn't help. Blue and red flooded the windows first, washing over the blood-slick floor, the broken furniture, the child still sitting silent on the couch. Well, you heard me like trying to figure out how many pages it is. Yeah, my voice is giving out a bit. Then came the engines. 2 cruisers, an ambulance, the supervisor's unmarked car. Doors slamming, boots splashing through puddles. Grimes didn't move when they burst inside. Someone shouted, "We got him! Officer down! Back room!" Another voice barked for a medic. The woman was led past him, blanket thrown over her shoulders, her sobs swallowed by the storm. He dropped the cigarette to the porch. It hissed in a puddle and went dark. Lieutenant Harris pushed through the doorway, coat half buttoned, rain dripping from the brim of his hat. Jesus, Grimes. What the hell happened in here? Grimes' mouth opened, but nothing came out at first. His throat felt scraped raw, his words somewhere behind the ringing in his ears. Finally. Domestic. Went bad fast. Waters is... He didn't make it. Harris stared at him, then at the scene, and called out, "Secure the perimeter. CSU's on the way." Grimes leaned against the wall, the weight of it holding him upright. Everything around him moved in pieces. Paramedics crouched beside Waters. Cameras flashed, radios crackled. Kathy's voice came over the channel again. "Supervisors on scene. Additional units are clearing Jefferson. Hold traffic." He keyed his mic, voice low. "Copy." The medic looked up after a minute, shook his head once. The sheet came out of a bag. It stuck to Walter's face when they pulled it over. Outside, dawn began to bleed faint light into the rain clouds, the kind that made everything look colder instead of brighter. Grimes stepped out onto the porch. The neighborhood was awake now. Faces behind curtains, shadows in doorways, people pretending they hadn't been listening. He pulled another cigarette from his pocket, but his hands were too unsteady to light it. Harris joined him, standing in silence for a while before speaking. "You did what you had to do, Grimes." He nodded, but didn't look away from the street. "Yeah," he said quietly. "That's what I keep telling myself." The sirens began to fade one by one, leaving only the rain and the soft hum of the cruiser engines. Grimes finally lit the cigarette, the ember catching against the wind. He drew in smoke, exhaled slowly, and watched it vanish into the mist over Jefferson Boulevard. Okay, and that is chapter 1 of the rough draft of Cinder, a Lawrence Grimes novel, submitted by author Relic here in chat. Thank you so much. Or let me go back to the right page. For submitting to Storytime. I'm sorry, I know I was like mispronouncing some words at the end. I wasn't keeping it up as well as I could have. But but oh my goodness, yeah, my voice, I was really pushing it with that one.
You're here, by the way, just very quiet, working something. Hey, that's awesome, Dreamy Lore. I'm glad you're getting some work done. Bravo. It's a lot to read out loud. Yeah, I used to read a lot more out loud. I used to be able to read whole chapters, whole long chapters. I think it's just the streaming every day that's not giving my voice the break. Yeah, and also, you're right, Kyo-senpai. Also, amazing work so far, Author Relic. It is a lot of work. This is really strong, especially for your rough draft, for this being the first draft. It's a lot of really, really good work. I think we already did a review of the first 3 pages before. So you have had my critique over the first 3 pages, so I'll ignore the first 3 pages because it's just gonna be the same thing I said before. Let me see. I made notes of some stuff. Man, I probably should have highlighted it or something, because now I made note of it by like highlighting stuff. And now I'm like, oh wait, what did I mean to talk about? That's one of the things. Sometimes it's better to do edits on like a small like paragraph at a time or a couple paragraphs at a time, because otherwise you'll forget it, right? If you try to do whole pages or whole chapters, you have to go back and reread it. Let me see. I'm just kind of scrolling through here with you guys. I'm wondering. I noticed there were some words or like lines that were reused. I think that was one of the things I was highlighting. Actually, are we allowed to send pictures in the writing channel on Discord? You just worked on a cover and you're so proud of it? I'll probably not use it, but I want to share it with someone because I'm in love. Yeah, go ahead. That sounds fantastic. That's like part of the writing process, right? Like having like covers and stuff for things. I'll allow it. Yeah, that's fine. That's really exciting. I'm not sure why you won't use it, but yeah, that's really exciting. I know hey, maybe even Author Relic could get in touch with you. They were looking at cover artist stuff when they were asking me for feedback and like different things to look out for. But hey, you never know. Maybe that could be a cool thing for you to reach out to them about. Let me see here. I think one of them was, unless I missed it, he's suddenly in there. He has the fight scene, right, and the mob person, the Salvatore crime family rank capo. I don't know if I said that right. My bad. I don't know all about the crime families. Rookie crime family noob over here. But after Bishop is dead and Waters is dead, he turns around and he realizes that God, what was it? That there's the woman there and there's the little girl. But when we first enter the scene, right, when he's outside the house and the woman's against the door, and then he pushes open the door with a bang to get in there. I don't believe we see the little girl. So she's suddenly just there. So the little girl's just suddenly there behind the woman. So it might just be a thing to like keep track of where your characters are in the physical space of when they might be noticed. I do reuse some stuff. I gotta go back and clean up. Yep. It's Friday. You're not supposed to see the girl until Grimes turns around. Okay. Well, then I think the thing is, I thought the woman was still by the door. He pushes open the door, right, when he hears the shit. So I'm assuming the woman's then, like, against the wall near the door. Right? She probably, like, got pushed back when Grimes pushed open the door. I wish I could, like, you guys could see my hand, so I'm just moving my mouse to kind of show that. So Grimes pushes open the door. I'm assuming then the woman's against the wall near the door, right? And then it's... Let me see what the setting is again. Swung up and slammed the door. He stepped inside. The man stepped out of the dark. So is this like the living room? Like they open it right up to a living room?
Gunshot was thunder in a coffin-sized room. Yeah, I'm not sure, because for me, I know you're saying it's, like, intentional. It almost read as, like, oh, like, for me as the reader reading through the first time, it almost felt like a door, hallway. To the left is the living room. And he says Waters' right side. So then Waters goes to the right side. They see the man come out from the gloom. That's not quite telling me where the man is. Like, the stuff happening is cool, but when I was reading it, I was getting a little lost as a reader of where the people were on how they were, like, in relation to each other. Because I almost thought, oh, Waters went right side. The rookie moved as told. Rain from their coats dropped into the floor, mixing with something darker. And then the man stepped out of the dark. So that doesn't... It's a really cool scene. It's a really cool image. But I don't actually know where the dark is. Is he closer to Waters? Or is he closer to Grimes? And he shot past Grimes and hit Waters. Or he's, like, right next to him. Oh my goodness! Hello, hello! Hello, Raiders! Hello, welcome in. We're doing a little bit of some edits. Hellos, yes. It's so good to hear from you guys. How are you guys all doing tonight? It's actually early morning for me now. It's almost 1 a.m. How are you guys all doing? How is the stream's doing really good. We're giving some edits. Go to bed? You just raided. You're telling me to go to bed right after you raided? But yes, welcome everybody. Welcome to the Cryptid Cult. We're reading a story time and we're giving some critiques back. But otherwise, there's also the Discord, and I think some people have submitted some more stuff in the Discord, like some book covers and some other story times that I haven't gotten to yet. So if you didn't catch this story time and edits, there is other stuff in the Discord already. In your mind, you are picturing the living room as Grimes and Waters at the entrance of the room, and Bishop standing at the far end in a doorway that was just covered in shadow. Sleep be important. Oh, story time. Yep. That's the problem. See, story time always gets too exciting. It always gets too exciting. So yeah. I think maybe putting that a little bit more in the descriptions of the layout, because I literally assumed that they maybe like burst into this room, because these are like small houses, right? That this isn't like a good part of town. So I assumed they were like smaller houses. And so I assumed they maybe opened directly into the living room in my mind when I was reading it, right? Because I wasn't quite sure. And that then Waters went to the right, Grimes went forward, and then like somebody came out of the darkness and didn't shoot Grimes but shot Waters instead. That's how I was picturing in my head. And then the woman is right here, and then this kid was mysteriously with her too. So I think maybe being a little bit more clear on where people are. And that doesn't mean you have to like do a whole lore dump of stuff. It's just making sure like, oh, he stepped inside, gun drawn, eye scanning corners. They were in a hallway. It branched off on either side. Waters, right side, he said. You know, it's just like little details that helps put people in space. A tone you wanted to keep in chapters 1 through 4 was this dark noir look to the environment. And once we get chapter 5+, everything shifts to a really bright, dusty place. Too perfect. Nope, you asked for it. I'm going full J.R.R. Tolkien now. Oh no. Banned. Banned. The Raiders, for everyone who's new here or hasn't been in here before, one of the emotes you guys have, even if you are just here, here's a tone, you do get a little raccoon with a little ban emote, and a lot of my raccoons love using it. And then they walked. Incoming 35 pages of what the couch looks like, banned. And then they just kept on walking. Yeah. But I think just putting a little bit more perspective on what this house scene is, that makes the players, not I say players, that makes the characters more centered in space. That way readers reading the scene, you have the scene, you told me what this is in chat, but it's a little hard to tell the setting of how these rooms are connected to each other. In that part, I did make a note of that.
let's see, what else did I have? There was some part, there's a lot of things of instinct, which I actually didn't mind. I think they were far enough apart, it wasn't too bad. This is why I have you read my stuff. I'm stuck in a vacuum. I know how I want it to look, but sometimes you lose it. It needs someone to bounce off it if it worked or not. Yeah, and that's the point of critique, right? That's the point of editors and critique. No author by themselves can ever recognize their own problems, right? I even read you guys some of my stuff earlier from college, and I recognized some stuff, but others I wouldn't have picked up unless I was in college and I got that critique. And I was like struggling to remember some of the critiques I got with the world building, with the logistics of the radiation and what the characters were wearing. There were people who gave me feedback on it at the time, and how that setting would work or wouldn't work, and that I would need to do more research on it if I did want to pursue that. And that's one of the things, you only know what you know, and you will never make anything perfect just sticking around in your own brain. That's crazy. There is no amount of circles and circling and circling around your head that will ever make something perfect. You just do the best you can, and then you give it to other people whose opinions you trust or who have experience in it, whose opinions you value, and then they try their best to give those critiques. Also, you can tell I write a lot, use M dash. Oh, that's true, there is a lot of M dashes, isn't it? I was noticing that now. I try not to pay attention to like the M dashes or like the exact paragraph breaks, because that's like a copy edit, and that's like the very last edit, right? You do developmental edits, sometimes you do several rounds of developmental edits, and then you do your line edits, and then it's the copy edits. Oh, M dashes. I think a lot of writers love their M dashes, huh? It's a stereotype we have, and none of us are meeting that allegation. I remember, okay, one of the other things. So I said the first one was the spacing in the scene, making sure you know where the rooms are and you're conveying that to the readers, how each character is in a physical plane. The other critique was after there were a couple times you switch back and forth between there being, you focus on the sound a lot, and there were some parts where I'm like, oh yeah, that's a really cool detail to mention the sound, whether or not it's silent, whether or not it sounds like this. But there are like several times just in these 10 pages where it keeps going back and forth between the sound, whether or not it's quiet, but then you also say it's raining, and then you put a lot of emphasis on the sound of rain. But then you also say it's quiet right after that, like in another paragraph or two it's silent, and I'm like, wait, we just had the sound of rain. Why is it now silent and you can hear everything? And it was kind of going back and forth between those. I'm looking at chat, so I'm not looking at the screen, but it was like going back and forth a few times from the car driving sequence to the fight scene inside the house. All those, it kept mentioning sound, and sometimes you noticed the rain and that was the background noise, and then other times when it was still raining you said it was silent. Yeah. So just make sure, if you do make a note about that, of an audio detail, of a smell, of something like that, that you keep it consistent, unless there is a part, like then if you notice like a house has a smell, right, when you leave that house, then you can change the smell because you're no longer like in a smelly house. Or like if the weather changes, then you can like, but whenever you do make a detail, make sure it's consistent. Sometimes it helps to hear someone read your shit. You can see firsthand if people resonate with things in the way you intended. And that's another thing too, because otherwise I could just like have you guys post this in the Discord and be like, okay, everyone, like send in random feedback or critique, like we're all like in school or something, right? And like nobody would do that. That wouldn't be fun. That wouldn't be a fun way to hang out with me here in the Cryptid cult, right? And it wouldn't be good to like give you guys homework like that. And it also feels like a chore, where I want you guys, if you send in critique, like, I do take it seriously. If you do send in stuff for critique, I do want you guys to hear it. And again, I'm like, it's the new rule. I still have to make the rule that's just not 18 plus. Like, if it's not spicy. There's no spicy sex scenes or something. And man, there's so many things to do now that I'm an actual content creator. When did this happen? I gotta look at the cover you sent in Discord in a bit. Let me see here. Writing. Oh my god, this is so great. Here. I'll show it in OBS. Let's see. Is it this one? Nope. It is. Here. There we go. There we go. Does everyone see? This is one of the submissions for let me get myself out of the way. Phew. See, I'm blocking it all out of the way. This looks super awesome. Wow, this is so talented. It's so unique. Blah 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 blah. Sorry, I was streaming back when it looks great. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger for everyone too. Sorry, wait. OBS, why do you do this to me? Hold on. Readjusting. I'm fixing it. Nobody panic. There we go. How's that? That looks fantastic. It's so unique. It does not look like anything anyone could just go out and like, you know, like quickly smash together or something, right? That looks unique. It is eye-catching. It is a very particular aesthetic. It's a very particular style. I really like that. I'm actually kind of upset that you're saying you're not gonna use it. Always the random ideas that come up at 6 a.m. after I had like no sleep and a lot of coffee. This is so good though. I genuinely love this. You should be so proud of it. I'm like really upset that you're not gonna do anything with it. Please tell me you were just lying about that and like you need to use it, but you don't know for what project. Hey, you should ask Ink and Play in Shadow, because I think they're doing the story with the lamb deer. Maybe you can make this the lamb deer story. That could be funny. But no, this is amazing work. You're really talented. You should be like really, really proud you did that. I also just want to do this one real quick too, because I just want to share the blah 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 blah. You have a medieval romance, which is a warlord with princess. But IDK if it's gonna fit. We'll see. Yeah, if it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. But I hope you make something that fits this, because this is cool. This is really, really cool. And hey, maybe even Author Relic will I'll look at you and be like, hey, wait, that's like a book cover. Psst, 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 I want a book cover. We'll see. I know he's like doing the more noir detective stuff. I don't know if that's the kind of stuff you draw, but hey, that's why I really like you guys posting your arts and crafts and your work here, because it's really cool to have that network, to have other people who have experience with working in that, or who have done it, or who do cool projects like that. It can be really good for you guys just to connect, even if it's not like a me connection, right? Like because Ink and Play realized like, oh, I didn't have time to do a collab with somebody, but now they're doing a collab with Shadow. It's really good. I'm really happy when you guys get to share your creativity with each other. It makes me really happy. Hold on, I had to do an emoji. Hold on. Yeah, I'll do that one. There we go. This is why I love being an indie author. Like, I can make my own covers. Hell yeah. Yeah. You need to start giving us advice in the chat, because Author Relic was asking me advice on hiring a artist for book covers, and I didn't know a lot. I gave what advice I knew, right? The little bit I did know. Sorry, I'm like making a glitch. I gave the advice I did know. So like, if you know other artisty people, if you know like where to find good book cover artists, that might be like info that I know, like at least Author Relic, but I know probably some other people in chat would like. If you can give any info about that, of like finding good artists. Because, you know, I think the big thing before was probably Fiverr, but now Fiverr's like so overrun with AI. Even though the people who say they aren't AI are like still secretly like AI bots. Like, it's really, really hard to actually find an artist over there. I've had like one or two artists that I have for the stickers for the business. And now that I have them, like, I'll keep them. I'm like too scared to reach out to other artists there, just in case they are like an AI generated thing and they trick me. So that's one of the big things now. It's really hard finding when you do want to work with somebody. It's actually really hard to find somebody to work with now. So I think if you guys do have like cool friends like that, or you know people, or you have a network, that'd be really cool for you guys to share with each other. Anyway, where was I?
So did I do... Chat, remind me. Did I do my 2 critiques? My 2 things to critique for Author Relic? Did I do it? Did I do 2? Or did I get distracted midway through? The Instagram blah 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 blah. Oh my goodness. The Instagram Bookstagram community puts a focus on no AI mostly. Yeah. Okay, I did do 2. Oh my god. I'd feel so bad if I only gave you like 1 and I forgot to do the second. So thank you for keeping me on track. Like I said, I really do want to make sure that you guys get like valuable feedback and stuff, so I'd feel bad if I forgot to do it. Yeah, and I feel like a lot of you're a fan of VGen? Yeah, I heard a lot, especially for like VTubers. That's what I believed it's mostly focused on. Can you find like artists and stuff there for non-VTuber related stuff? So on my channel it says Raider from Sidion, and it just says Sidion, like you're your own Raider. Sorry. Funny thing. You reconnected with an old friend who's an artist when you started streaming. Now he's making your new VTuber model. Yeah. And you were telling me about the VTuber model before, Kyo-senpai. I'm so excited for you to see that, for you to get that. It's so much fun. But yeah, it's so fun working with artist friends, right? Like I said, the original Cryptid model, the basis for Cryptid, is actually one of our in real life artist friends who did it. Yeah, largely VTubers, you can get a lot of stuff. I don't know how well that, if they can find a book cover artist there, but yeah. Author Relic, maybe a lot of people see, I've heard good things about VGen too. You probably still have to just be like careful in case there is like a bot or an AI scammer on there, but I have heard a lot of good stuff about VGen. So it's gonna be mostly like VTuber stuff, but there might be other artists on there who would still do like book covers and stuff. Chapter 1 was originally 2 chapters, but you merged them together, so I'll go back and take a look at what I can do. Thank you, Cryptid. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for being brave and posting things up for story time. Your friend does a few book covers on Instagram. Does a few book covers, for example. There we go. But I'm sure if her covers fit some genres. She mostly does romance covers. She's a beginner as well, but she's really nice. Very cool. Do you want to put her info in the Discord? In the Discord, what would that be? It could be in writing or hobbies. I'm not too particular about it. It can just be in chatting. You know, it's wherever you want to put it. There are categories for branding and stuff might help there. They are very anti-AI though. Okay, that's really good. That's really good knowing that VGen's like that. Because, you know, I've been struggling finding storyboard artists for December, January, when I take my script and we're going to start working with a storyboard artist. I'm reaching out to a few, and I'm waiting to hear back from them. Yeah, it's getting really hard because a lot of those sites... There's even, like, one particular website when I was looking for storyboard artists that was, like, specifically... It's like, no, this is a website catered to finding storyboard artists. And I'm like, oh, that sounds exactly like what I'm looking for. And I went to that site that says like storyboardartist.com, or it's like storyboardartisthire.com, like whatever it was, right? But it was specifically a website. And it says like, oh, for vetted storyboard artists looking to network and get jobs and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I want. And I clicked on it, and it's so... it's so overrun with AI. It's not even funny. It's so bad. I was like, I don't think there is one real person who's not AI on here. That's insane. Everyone here is pretty much anti-AI, yeah. That did seem like the case, yeah. I think most of the people in our communities who are serious about being creative are anti-AI. Yeah, the past few streams, though, sometimes I'll still get, like, random, like, new chatters and stuff who like, just joined, and they'll, like, their first thing they ask me is, oh, what's your stance on if, such and such and such and such, would that be an okay use for AI? And I'm like, no. Somebody, I felt so bad. They were in here, another stream, and they're like, oh, well, what if you have something like a disability that makes it really hard for you to write, like dyslexia that makes it like impossible, and you use AI just to help you write? And I'm like, well, first of all, I'm dyslexic. Don't bring me into this shit. I am still fully capable of writing. Do some people with dyslexia not have had the help that I did and might really struggle to read and write? Absolutely.
And you know what they would happen? They would do text-to-speech. They would do stuff like that. They don't need AI for that. They can... Generative AI. They just use text-to-speech. Yeah, but they like came in for it. I don't think they were expecting me to be like, no, I'm dyslexic. I was literally, when I was baby cryptid, they didn't believe I would ever learn to read or write. That is how, like, far bad I was with my dyslexia. And I got the help I needed, and I worked really hard, and Mama Cryptid worked a lot with me too. And guess what? Now I can read and write. And is there sometimes the little mess ups? Yeah, because that's just how my brain works. But it's fine. And if there was somebody who didn't get those resources and that help like me, who did struggle with it, there are still plenty throughout history of dyslexic writers. And they overcome that because they have the trouble with the reading and the writing comprehension, right? Switching the letters around. Sometimes they physically can't read. And therefore physically can't write the stuff out. They do just get somebody who helps them. They have an assistant, they have a partner, they have a co-writer, they have voice to text. It's fine, so don't use my dyslexia as like it's like the gotcha to excuse, like, if you're dyslexic, you need AI. You're too disabled to ever have written a book on your own. I'm like, what are you talking about? Oh my god. Use AI for studying like text exams, but in my opinion for art and writing, AI just sucks. I mean, for the environment, the AI, the generative AI also sucks. So like be careful. I had 2 friend requests from artists just this morning on Discord. Oh god. Do be aware that LLMs, which are Gen AI, hallucinate roughly 20% of the information you get? Which are Gen AI, hallucinate. Yeah, Gen AI can't hallucinate, it doesn't think. Using disabled people as an excuse is so insulting. Yeah, I really dislike it. I'm not a fan of AI, but I'm not going to judge someone who does use it. Not my place. Yeah, it's not like me saying anything's going to do it. But if you ask my opinion about it, I'll tell you. But I'm not over here to like persuade anyone to do it. I'm just going to stay straight out like, hey, no. Don't use me as an excuse for it. Don't use people like me as an excuse for it. I don't support it. Like come on now. But I have had random chatters just randomly appear, and the first thing they ask me is like stances for particular scenarios where would it then be okay to use AI? And I'm like, why are you asking a random blue person for like approval for what you're doing? Brain drain is a real problem when using LLMs too, like Gen AI. Yeah. Mostly in this case means it just makes up information. So again, it doesn't make anything up because it's not thinking. If it's thinking, it can make it up. It's not being creative. It's not doing it. It is literally just equally inputting data that is false or irrelevant with data that it thinks it is relevant or what the answer you want to hear. And it is equally using all those incorrect data inputs. And then when it outputs the stuff to see if it's right, it's not right because some of it's just gibberish. And we humanizing it, say, oh, it hallucinated it, it made it up, it did this. It didn't do shit. It's just taking all these random sources, all this random information from the information harvesting it's doing. And it has no human oversight, so it's equally assigning value to all this information. When if it was a person, right, they could see when stuff is less reliable or more reliable. You're not here to imply that LMs are somehow thinking that's not my internet here. That's not your internet. Yeah, I get you. I'm just like, some people truly do believe, they hear stuff like, oh, that the AI made this up. The AI's talking back with me. The AI's thinking this. The AI is making stuff. The AI is responding back. And I'm like, okay, to be fully accurate here, it's just a computer. It's not even a computer. It's just a program. But I know there are younger people who do listen in, and they do believe that. They do believe that the AI is making stuff up. It's gaining sentience. It's a person, and I'm like, hey, when I hear stuff like that, I'm like, please no, please don't actually think that. To be honest, I only ask AI to make up exam questions for me so like I can study with random questions. Saved my ass in 1 to 3 exams already. There are specific study websites that do that. Jamie Allure, you're so silly. There are already websites that do that. How do I know that? Because I did them for my advanced classes, in my AP classes, in my pre-IB classes, and my college classes. There are sites that already do that.
And the AI is only just taking randomly from those sources. That's all it's doing. Yeah, they try to push that idea. Yeah, so I wasn't like being like, oh no, Sidion's saying this silly thing. I wasn't like talking at you. I was just being like, hey, anyone who's listening in, who, just to be clear, when we use words like that, the AI does not actually have thoughts. I will say for everyone, unless you have 100% proof and know for a fact, never accuse someone of using AI. Yeah. A lot of the AI detectors out there will flag human work if it's written well. Yep. And a lot of those AI detectors, like those things where you put in the stuff to detect if it's AI, it's not really detecting if it's AI or not, right? It's actually just it's so tragic when people were finding this out. It's a new harvesting thing, right? All you're doing when you're putting in that data is giving it to an algorithm. You're feeding it to the AI. It's just a way for people to put in content for the AI without doing the work. So if you do the AI detectors, a lot of them it's actually a, I forget what it's called. It's the AI feeder. It's just feeding it to AI, and then it'll just pop up a random result like, yeah, it's AI, or oh no, it's not AI, it's good. It's just saying a random output, but you're really just feeding that what could be original content into the AI algorithm. There are websites. Yeah, Dreamy Allure, I know you're younger. Everyone, there were many generations before you who used the internet. Little old hags like me, like Blue Cryptid, a hag, and we also needed to do the exact same studying thing where it's like, wow, it'd be really great if there are random test questions about this subject, about this category, about this level, about this topic. And they're like quiz sites. There's multiple of them. People had preferences. People even had preferences about specific topics. Like they would like one quiz site for science, but they'd like the other quiz site for history. You remember when those websites were born, right? I remember having teachers discover those websites. They'd usually be like, wait, there's websites for this? And they'd be like, yeah. Here they are. And they'd be like, wow, this is great. I'm going to incorporate this in class. And then they did. But yeah, that I promise you the AI isn't original and thinking, oh yeah, let's come up with random test questions for you. It's taking it from the test question sites and from the test question apps and from the test question games. Nothing the AI is doing is new. It literally cannot make anything up. It's just taking it from another site. So any feature you see AI do, or any new feature you see them pushing that AI can do, it's just copy pasting it from somewhere else badly. That's all it's doing. Also, it is comparing to the material the AI was trained on, like putting in Hemingway, and it will say AI. Yep. Because they trained it on it. And then I feel so bad. You guys all know with that plane company, Boeing, how like Boeing. Oh no, I'm not even gonna say allegedly. I'm just gonna flat out say it. We all know Boeing like killed a lot of whistleblowers, right? And they kept killing like a lot of whistleblowers who kept speaking out about the bad shit going on with the planes. And every time they were about to do stuff in court and they were gonna lose, they killed that whistleblower. And it happened like at least 2 times, if not multiple, 2 to 3 times that we know of for sure. And then there's other things that we're not so sure of. The same thing's happening with the Gen AI companies. There have been whistleblowers who have come out from specific generative AI companies being like, hey, they're saying that it wasn't trained, that the AI model wasn't trained on copyrighted stuff, but as like this engineer, as this person who made it, I can verify it was. I have the documents that prove it was trained on copyright stuff. This is a huge legal issue. And then right before court happened, they killed some of the whistleblowers. It's really, really tragic. There have been at least there's one major death I know of the whistleblower for the Gen AI companies being murdered. But I think there's a few others that we're not quite as sure yet. But yeah, the whistleblowers who are coming out and proving that the generative AI is really bad and it is using copyright and stolen material, and they have the proof, they're turning up dead. It's really, really sad. Let's to be clear though, Gen AI is toxic. There are amazing AI tools that are not Gen AI. Yeah. That's why sometimes I try to sometimes be clear. I know sometimes I mess up, but I do try to clear. It is specifically generative AI that we're like talking shit about, because sometimes people will be like, oh well in this game the monster follows you and that's an AI program, it's tracking the player, and we're like, yeah, we're not talking about that, we're talking about generative AI content. Some people try to use it as a gotcha, and it's like no, there is a difference between AI stuff and AI learning models and AI detection models, things that are being trained to detect things for like healthcare and stuff. Those are detection models. Those are learning modules. There's all this different stuff. But generative AI is really where a lot of the shit is. Use AI to write their books. I hate that. Leave people alone. Calling people out. So those people who are thought to use AI to write books there. I hate that. Leave people alone. Calling people out like that without proof just because you think it really bothers me. Part of why I stream my writing so much. Hey, yeah, that's a really good point. Not heard of that, but the money is there. I would believe it. AI is a deep, deep subject. Oh, you haven't heard of the whistleblowers being killed? It's like really, and I wouldn't be saying that. It's not like I don't want to put like a tinfoil hat like conspiracy theory. It's just like, no, like like the poor like people who are working there, like come out, they say we have the documents, here's the trial date, I am willing to testify, I am saying here on a recorded video that I will not commit like suicide before the trial date. I will be here to testify it. And then like the next like few days before the trial started, they turned up and then the police said it looked like they self-harmed themselves, and everyone was like, they were on a video saying they're here to testify against the Gen AI company, and like all their stuff is gone and there's no proof, quote unquote, on the body, and they're like, oh yeah, it's so crazy, that person who worked at the Gen AI company who said they had the proof, who said they wouldn't hurt themselves and they would go to trial to testify against the AI company, oh no. Oh no, who would have thought? That's crazy. And everyone's like, yeah, we know you killed them. That's exactly what Boeing's doing, like multiple times. Oh, people both accused me of stealing from Anna Hong and using AI. You feel extremely honored. Oh yeah, because that's an author you actually ended up liking. You didn't know them before, right? But because of it, you then looked into their work and you really ended up liking it. Yeah, it's a crazy world out there. And I feel like for new people, like I know it's so discouraging for artists and writers who have been in the creative space for years. I can't imagine being like younger, like if I was like a kid Cryptid now, learning up and thinking of starting to write or thinking of starting to draw, and I was growing up in this kind of environment where like there's all this shit when you just want to do something fun and creative and join a creative community. I'd feel terrible. I feel so bad for so many of the younger kids growing up, where like even their creative freedom side is like really toxic and dangerous now, and overwhelmed with fake shit and being accused of doing fake shit when they were just doing something for fun. It must be really, really scary for like the younger kids. It must feel really overwhelming. There have been some wins though. OpenAI owes a bunch to authors now. Disney is setting a presidency against Midjourney. Yeah, but Disney's also planning on using AI soon. That's what I've at least heard. I've seen some of the headlines. Hopefully we can use what they get for everyone in the justice system. That would be nice. I really hope so. The reason why you're seeing so much of AI stuff, why they're really, really pushing it, is because they realize the bubble's about to burst, but a lot of companies already invested so much in it. So before the bubble bursts, before like a lot of this is illegal, before a lot of it gets thrown out, they are trying desperately to make anything they can and make as much money as they can. But while the ship is sinking, you know? So hopefully in the next few years, I really am hopeful that a lot of this Gen AI stuff just stops, that it's not sustainable, that they won't invest more money in it. But yeah, if you're wondering like why are they picking up so much even when so many people hate AI, like the generative AI stuff, why do they keep investing in it? It's because they already invested in it years ago and now they're trying to get the money from it now before it's like fully toast. They're beating the dead horse before it's like fully gone. Yeah, it's a hugely expensive thing they are doing. They are buying from each other. There's a German publisher who used AI for all their book covers and illustrations and gets money from the character illustrations. I'm so pissed at them. That's crazy. I don't know about Germany and stuff, but here I think in the US, like it's like no, like you don't own the copyright if it's AI. So like literally anyone could steal that book cover and use it for their own stuff here. The publisher wouldn't own it, which would be so scary for legal reasons and ownership reasons. I don't know if that's the case in Germany, of if there's like that. And then there's all the people who know they don't have the copyright for the AI stuff they generate, but they're trying to go to court and claim that they do. And it's like, no, you don't, because you didn't make it. I made a post looking for generative AI for helping with Dead by Daylight. The community exploded. They came out and made an apology and took the job posting away. Good. You do support another dark romance publisher now because of that, because they actually commissioned an artist. She's a great artist, and I love seeing her art on book covers. That's so nice. One of the biggest things, I didn't ever really follow specifically different book cover artists' work for stuff, but okay, and I'm gonna fully admit my trash side here. I've since the pandemic, I was reading a lot of MXTX books, the Chinese like gay husband fantasy books. I was really getting into that. It was like one of my few sources of serotonin and dopamine during the pandemic. So I read a lot of those books, and it's this community, it's this thing. There are some people who, with each language it's released in, they actually get a new artist for it. So the Russian cover artist and there's pictures inside it too, with the Russian pictures inside, that's a different artist than like the English one versus the UK release versus the in all the different the Japanese release. Each time they release it in a new language, they do a different artist, and each artist is fantastic. It's gorgeous artwork, and there's actually people who do collect all of the editions for all of the different artwork for it, even if they can't read in all those different languages. They're like, no, but it's the new cover art, it's the new pictures, it's the new scenes painted by this such and such artist, and it's so cool. It's so amazing to look at. I love seeing like the sneak peeks and people post it, like, oh, here's what the Russian cover looks like, here's what this cover looks like. They're gorgeous. They get really talented authors for it, or artists for it. Well, Google says, yes, you can still own artwork created with AI, provided that you maintain control over the creative process, and the terms of the AI tool you're using don't restrict your rights. A lot of them do. You can technically, I think the loophole is like you can train an AI model, but only on your own stuff. And then if you like make it yourself, and then you like just edit it with AI, and then maybe do or something like that, then you. It's like a weird lot of techno mumble jumble. There's a lot of like things, but if you just like create something from an AI prompt, like it does not belong to you, because it used sources that it doesn't even have the commercial rights to, and you didn't do any changes to it. You don't know, at least here in the U.S. That's one of the things. But otherwise, it is. You think if you train a model with your words, it's alright, but if you use, like, copyrighted pictures, you don't? But then again, how do you prove that? Yeah, and then you would have to, the huge money investment, training a model from scratch in only your words. You would have to train, so if the model understands, let's say, like, we're just assuming it's in English, understands English words, then you would have to physically teach the model what each words mean, how to use it correctly, sentence structure, grammar. Because if it already knew that, and then you're just giving it your stuff for inspo to copy the style, it's not fully trained off of you, right? Because it already was trained off the US English dictionary on how to properly use words and sentence structure, and just add your flavor, your style. So you had to fully train it from scratch. I mean, like programming it from scratch, teaching a model, what do these words mean? What does this word mean? What's a good substitute for that? How often do you use synonyms? How often do you replace stuff? When does it get crazy? It's literally, I know writing a book is hard. I fully understand. Writing a book is so much hard. It's normally years, right? So many rounds, so many things. I promise you, it is so much harder to make a fully thing, completely made off of your own stuff, fully from scratch program, only based off your work. That is insane. It's easier just to write the book. For the storytime submissions, after you read review the documents, I locked them from ideas or stuff being stolen. I probably won't share much more of the book beyond the 3 chapters you post. Just a heads up in case anyone to click on them. Okay, thank you for letting us know. You need about 100 million images to create a diffusion model. The same scale of material is needed for the Jedi stuff. Yep, it's crazy. So like when a lot of people say like, oh no, I'll just make it off my own model. And then like next week they suddenly have it. It's like, you can kind of accomplish it. Like, no, you did not
from scratch, make a whole new model that was only based off your own original work and taught it everything it needs to know in order to produce content. Anyone who sells you that, it 99% of the time it's bullshit. I'm sorry. Yeah, hell no, you didn't. Yeah, there are people who were online in the beginning trying to claim stuff like that, and they would come out with it like a week later. And it's like, no, you might have put in to a generative AI thing your work, but it's still based off millions and billions of other people's work, and then you told them to like make your work better. And you're like, oh no, but it was trained off me. No, it additionally, out of the billions other things it had, was also trained off your work. But it was also trained with a billion other people's work, so it was not made from scratch from you just inputting some of your own stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not here to be in the soapbox and change anyone's mind. I doubt just seeing a blue person with blue boobas tell you, hey, Gen AI is bad, it's gonna be the life-changing thing. I have my own personal stance on it. You all already have your personal stance on it. If you're trying to promote it, or you try to give me AI stuff to read, I won't. That's just a personal thing. And hopefully a lot of this Gen AI stuff is gone soon. OpenAI is paying out like $1.5 billion to authors after they lost that suit. Each author's entitled to $3,000. No one wrote that much stuff to training their own model. Yep. Blue booba. Yeah. Oh my god. I have people who are saying like, oh, people might only be following. It's easier for girls to be VTubers. It's easier for girls to be streamers because they're only following you for the booba. And I'll like go and check out the guy's stream afterwards, right? Because I'll be like, oh, like what's going on here? And then like they're just silent and like being really boring and like not interacting with chat. And I'm like, okay, like let's be for real here. If you guys were just here for booba, I know I like booba. That's why I got a booba model. I have booba in real life. I love booba. I love woman. So like, right? I'm not denying the fact it's nice to look at booba. I'm also fully aware that if you guys just wanted booba, if that was as easy it was to get followers, you guys would just go to the bathing suit streams. You guys would just go to porn sites. You guys could look up free images of booba right now. You guys wouldn't sit for, what is it, over 3.5 hours of streaming, listening to me yap about random bullshit, because I'm the only person in the whole wide world available for you guys to get a jiggle physic from a boobie. That's insane. No, there are other places online where you could watch booba, where you can get that, where you can see that. And I'd assume, yeah, do I fully admit it's nice to look at booba? Absolutely. But people who are in chat here for hours every single day, and then in my Discord where the model's not even there and hanging out with me and talking with me and chatting stuff, maybe it's because I'm like trying really hard to chat back with you guys and like do engaging things and like show your guys' work and like show the behind the scenes of my work. Maybe it's because I'm trying really, really hard to like do interesting stuff, even if it's silly sometimes. And then I go to these guys' streams and I like go like, oh no, how's your stream going? Like, why aren't you getting the followers? And yeah, they're just silent. They're not even responding back to chat, or they're talking over them and they're not like doing anything. And I'm like, maybe you could try like talking occasionally. Maybe you could try doing stuff. Twitch really cracked down the hot tub streams, which is nice. Yeah. You're looking at getting an avatar soon. That's really cool. If you can stream in any way, you'd have to have a D1 yapper. Right? Oh my goodness. Me and Mom at Cryptid went to the mall recently, and we went to Torrid, and we got more bras, and holy shit. Holy shit. We both like were like, holy shit, that's how big our chests are. I'm at 40k words, 40,198 words. Ink and Play, you're doing effing awesome. That's fantastic. Yeah, we have raided into a few very quiet people. Yeah, and I'm like, if you specifically have a quiet stream, then that's its own thing, right? People sometimes do like ASMR or quiet streams or silent playthroughs. And if that's the thing, then they'll gravitate towards it. But it's not even that. They're just like, they're not even doing anything to keep like chat my little chatters or raccoons or whatever their followers are engaged.
and then they're mad that people just aren't falling over themselves to follow them. And then they just like turn around to girls and be like, oh, it's just because you have booba. It's like, no, there's plenty of other like male streamers who are doing it too. You can even look at what's some of the big names, like there's Kuro, right, and that was part of the stuff. There's you know, like a wish to be horny, I just want to be happy. Oh, yeah. You see what I mean? So like, I got really insulted when like a few like guy friends, some of them I even knew in real life. Like I knew them as like people on people, and they were saying like, oh, yeah, I guess you're 16. You have a booba model. That's fine. You have a girl voice. That's fine. And I'm like, that's really mean. That's like really mean. And I don't want booba anymore. I need Mormon Cryptid. Author Relic, you just described the character arc some of my exes went through. Looking at me, like younger me, being like, oh, look, a big titty goth girlfriend. Yeah, let's date. I like you. And I'll be like, oh, that's great. And then years down the line, why do you dress like that? Why is your makeup like that? Why don't you cover up more? Why don't you do this? Why can't you be more modest? Why can't you be more decent? Why do you like weird things? Why can't you be more do natural colored hair? Do bare face makeup? Do this, do that. And I'll be like, so yeah, wow, what a shock. It's literally the character arc I've had several exes go through. Jeez. It's crazy. As a male VTuber that somehow is regular, I can indeed say gender is irrelevant if you are boring. Yeah, see? I'm so excited to see what your new model will look like, Kyo. I'm like really excited. And even here, like even when you're not doing your own stream, right, you're here like interacting in other streams and you're like chatting and you're engaging, and now I'm like really excited to someday have the free time to check out your stream, right? And some of them are like, oh no, I don't interact at all. I don't want to be friends with anybody. I don't want to engage with them. I don't want to talk. I don't want to be entertaining. And then they're mad that like no one's following them, and I'm like, and then they're gonna diss like me, and they're gonna diss other people like, oh no, you're only successful because of this, because of booba. And I'm like, that's really mean. A selfie channel stat? No, you guys don't need to see all my selfies, please no. You guys will see me at in-person events, right? The Cryptid Roots, we're a business, we show up at cons and stuff. But at least there, like I'm getting like fully dressed up and doing my hair and makeup and stuff. I'm wearing my cool witchy stuff. Please go buy carbon copy person from the standard person shop. Right? It is mean. It's also denial. Yeah. So I hope you guys, as you do your own creative stuff, like even Author Relic, you started streaming, right? Like you said, like, oh, it was really cool that Cryptid's streaming. I'm gonna start streaming, and now you're streaming your own writing stuff too. I hope, and Kyo's here. They have their own stuff. A lot of you guys here are actually like other creators here. It's really, really cool. Sometimes Frozen Scarecrow pops in, and I love hopping onto their streams when they're when our streams aren't at the exact same time, and I can actually go watch Frozen Scarecrow. We're both Floridians, and we both stream late, so our time is who is new at streaming? I'm not sure who's new, but Author Relic, I think you were at streaming, right? I think you started streaming. You started streaming your writing. But like genuinely, I love hearing the stuff you guys do, and I love seeing like you guys interacting here and hanging out, and being inspired to do your own stuff or doing new cool things with your channels. And I'd love to see and hang out with you guys more. And because you guys are interactive, that's what makes other people want to see your shit too, right? Sidian's only 3-ish months? Wow, you're still a baby like me. I thought you were a senpai. I thought you're only 2 months older than me. I thought Sidian's over here knowing all the shit. Yeah, very baby. I'm just old. It's okay, I'm a hag, I feel ya. You tried streaming gaming back in like 2017 and 2024, but it never worked out. So you just started streaming writing 4 days ago. I've really been liking the writing community. It's been like really cool. Everyone here's been, you know, besides the bots, besides silly things like that. But as far as like individuals joining the stream, like it's been like an awesome community. You guys are like genuinely, I'm like so glad that I did decide. I thought no one would watch it. I'm genuinely so glad that I did have the idea of like, no, during November I'm gonna try doing writing on stream. And
I thought it would be a silly thing or no one would find it cool, but instead it's a lot of very like-minded people at all different levels of writing, all different levels of storyteller, different crafts of storytelling, different types of creativity, and I feel really lucky that I got to hang out with you guys first as my intro to streaming. It's been very cool, but as cool as it has been, it's also been over 3.5 hours, and it's 1:30 in the morning for me. So I might go ahead and call it a night for tonight. Is there... Okay, Sidian's already in chat, so I can't read them. I don't believe Frozen Scarecrow's on. Makes pancakes. You know it's too spicy. Boo, a 12-hour stream. I don't know if you were following me yet. There was a 7.5 or 7-hour and 40-minute stream during this month, and afterward I was like, that's really crazy. If we weren't so busy with our events, our in-person events and running the business, it's a... Well, good night streamer, good night chat. Bye, Kiel. I can raid Cydia. Are you streaming right now? Let's go. How do I go to that account? Oh no, not streaming. Can you raid somebody if they're not streaming? It'll just be very quiet because you're not on. Yeah. But what was I saying? Like the blink of like, what was I saying? What bullshit was I just spouting? But yeah, there was... I think when I do less streams in December, because right now it's every single day in November. In December, I'll be doing it like maybe 3, maybe 4 times a week. I think I'm gonna try and make one of those days. I will try to make it a longer stream, because people, when I streamed late enough, I would suddenly get rated from or get more members from Europe and California. I would have the different people in the different time zones suddenly join in, and I did get some more viewers from that. It is something I would like to try do, but just right now, with streaming every single day, it's too much. What are you gonna do without your daily dose of Cryptid? You'll just be in chat. You'll be in the Discord. I'll hang out more in the Discord. Yeah, time zones are real fun, and full-time work gets in the way a lot. So yeah, I think when I'm streaming less days, then I'll be able to stream for longer though, because it's gonna give my voice a rest. Elowen Wrights is on. Let's go look at that. Are they a good person? Let's go to... Hold on, I gotta figure it out. I gotta raid channel. Okay. Oh, it does writing sprints. That sounds nice. Do you guys want to go join that? Do you want to read that? Are you guys all gonna be good little raiders, good little raccoons? But yeah, after that, oh, you've never been to their channel. Let's go find out. Let's go find out together. Let's go raid. And I will start raid. In 8 seconds. Okay, 6 seconds. But yeah, thank you guys, everyone, for joining in. Thank you guys for being wonderful raccoons. We have raid call? Raid! No, there's not an official raid call yet. Maybe someday. Maybe next time. But everyone, bye, and have a wonderful night. We're gonna start raiding now, and thank you guys always for hanging out and being so amazing and so awesome.
The sane, comfortable, well, doing a whole bunch of